Stress is a misdemeanor waiting to happen. Stress will wear heavy on your nerves when it builds up, causing you to feel depressed. You may start to develop unnatural health issues that seem to have no justifiable cause for its development. This can lead to problems, which is why you want a guide to thriving on stress. You can avoid many problems by taking action instead of letting stress get you down. How can I learn to be stress-free? In order to be stress-free, you have to work at it. It will not come to you overnight. It takes time to train your brain to deal with stress. Stress is very bad for you, so if you can learn to be stress-free, you will be better off in the long run. There are many ways to train your brain to get rid of the stress. What are some of the things I can do to train my brain to be stress-free? You have to decide what you may want to try first and see what will work for you. Some people may like to read, which is good for you to be loose in times with a good book. Others like to just walk or even work out. Working out is a good way to get rid of stress, so if you're stressed, you are doing something healthy for your body. Stressors in thriving on stress. Stressors are something that causes us to feel stressed. We get stressors build up from activities, experiences, or any situation that may cause stress. When we do not have sufficient foodstuff, water, or when we feel overworked, it causes stress to increase. To learn how to manage stress, we must learn how to cope and reduce stressors. However, some of these stressors are encouraging. When you join in activities, for example, you often have fun. Still, stress mounts. Therefore, after enjoying activities, the best way to thrive on this positive stress is to relax. Relaxation comes from reclining and enjoying something that brings you happiness. For instance, you may relax by watching a healthy program on television, read a book, or just simply recline. When you take time to relax, you reduce stress by lessening up the stressors. On the other hand, when you are stressed from lack of foodstuff, this is unhealthy stress. You have the willpower to take control, however, by accumulating resources. Instead of letting the stress wear you down, take action. Call resources in your area to see if you have options in getting foodstuff to feed your family. Family community centers, welfare programs, and other resources can offer you link to managing your problem. This will help you reduce stress by slacking up on stressors. You can also ask for help from family members, friends, etc. when you do not have enough foodstuffs. Perhaps someone will lend you a hand until you receive your next check. Learn to rely on you, however, rather than others. Start to think of ways to make extra income so that you and your family can survive. Perhaps you can reconsider your current job. If you do not get enough wages, think of your skills to find out what job you can apply for to increase your income. Perhaps something in your past is haunting you. These stressors, you can minimize by taking action to conquer your ghosts. Learn to meditate and relax often. The strategies you learn will help you to bring your mind in harmony, which will reduce stress. Learn to accept what you cannot change. If you have emotional responses often because of some experiences in your past, practice some helpful therapeutic techniques to take control. Try self-talk. Use this as a guide to thriving on stress by refocusing on what you need to do to accomplish your goals. Some other stressors include bills, work, family, relationships, kids, school, etc. Consider each stressor when you are thriving on stress to accomplish blossoming into a new you. If you stress bills, perhaps you can set up a budget that fits your income. If your problem emerges from your relationship, then maybe you need to review what changes you can make to make your relationship better. You cannot change someone else, but you can take steps to change you. Rather, you can change other people by making necessary changes to reform your conduct, which will encourage the ones you love also change their behaviors. When you are stressing over children, learn to discover what your child needs to make him or her happy. Happy kids often bring you great rewards. Sometimes you just have to take time out to spend with your children to help them develop healthy behavior patterns to make your life easier. If you are working, attending classes, and sweating family and bills, then learn some time management schemes to help you readapt to a new, healthier way of managing your tasks. Handle the larger tasks first, avoid procrastination, and seek support to thrive on stress and to control your life. Training in thriving on stress. Stress is a misdemeanor waiting to happen. Stress will wear heavy on your nerves when it builds up, causing you to feel depressed. You may start to develop unnatural health issues that seem to have no justifiable cause for its development. This can lead to problems, which is why you want a guide to thriving on stress. You can avoid many problems by taking action instead of letting stress get you down. How can I learn to be stress-free? In order to be stress-free, you have to work at it. It will not come to you overnight. It takes time to train your brain to deal with stress. Stress is very bad for you, so if you can learn to be stress-free, you will be better off in the long run. There are many ways to train your brain to get rid of the stress. What are some of the things I can do to train my brain to be stress-free? You have to decide what you may want to try first and see what will work for you. Some people may like to read, which is good for you to be loose in times with a good book. Others like to just walk or even work out. Working out is a good way to get rid of stress, so if you're stressed, you are doing something healthy for your body. It will take time to train yourself for doing what your body wants to do when it is stressed. Some of us eat until we can't eat anymore when others can't eat at all. Which in a way is good for you if you didn't eat. Then you might be able to lose some of those unwanted pounds that have had you in for. How long does training take? When trying to train your brain, it could take some time and effort. It's not going to happen overnight by no means. Some people it may not take long at all, they may have what it takes to overcome stress. Therefore, with some work and time, you may be on the right path to a healthier you. What do I have to do to get started? Well, in order to get started, you need to see what you want to do first when it comes to training your brain. If you like to read, then you might want to get a book just for then you are in stress to get lost in. You can get books anywhere, your local library, maybe your local food market has reading items as well. For those who like to work out, you might want to get a membership at your local gym. Only use it to get rid of the stress you may have from your job or even your children. Then there are some who just like to walk. Well, that is a good way to get rid of the stress, as well as get in sharp. Stress can be good for you as well, if you can learn to control it. Why is this? Well, for starters, if you learn to train your brain to do good things, then you will stay healthy as well as be stress-free. In other ways, if it wasn't for the stress in your life, you would more than likely stay on the sofa and not even do anything about it. Now you want to learn to do something about it, so this is a good thing for you. A direct link to thriving on stress strain is a misbehavior that occurs from thoughts flying in every direction. In other words, sales clerks want to sell something, so they send ads to our mailbox, which sometimes we make the mistake of buying something we can't afford. The action leads to stress. Stress will wear heavy on your nerves when it builds up, causing you to feel changeable emotions that will drag you to the floor if you allow it to. You may set about to develop unnatural healthcare issues that appear to have no justifiable engender for its development. This can lead to serious problems. So be sure to get a direct guide to thriving on stress. Instead of thinking of stress as your enemy, you want to learn how to welcome it as your friend. Start taking action immediately when stress develops to conquer depressive states that emerge from unattended stress relief. In order to be force-free, you have to thrive on the stress that accumulates in your daily life. It will take a few moments to learn how to manage stress, but the hours, weeks, and months you put into thriving on stress will pay off. What are some of the things I can do to habituate my brain to be tension-free? It depends on you and your efforts. In addition, how you thrive on stress plays a part in the timeline that you can complete your goal. For example, if you start to feel stress and each time you feel this strain develop, you decide to take a walk to blow it off, it may take a week for you to form a habit that reaps great rewards. Take some time to learn about you. Learn what you can do to relieve stress and thrive on it when you feel like blowing up. In order to be stress-free, you have to labor at it. It will not materialize to you over eventide. It takes time to warm up your brain to opportunity with stress. Shock is very bad for you, so if you can learn to become stress-free, you will reap great payoffs. There are many ways to train your gray matter to get rid of the stress. To begin, start thinking of ways to take control of stress by focusing on exercise. At what time you feel that you cannot take any more, get up and take a walk around your neighborhood and greet people as you pass them by. You may make new friends and you will feel the stress relax. Stress can be precious for you as well, if you can learn to panel it. For starters, if you learn to train your insphalin to do first-class things, then you demand keep on hardy as well as be stress-free. In other ways, if it wasn't for the stress in your career, you would more than credible stay on the sofa and not even do anything about it. Now you want to learn to do something about it, so this is a good item for you. To help you further with thriving on stress, take time to explore the internet, since millions of people just like you are benefiting from products, solutions, and more promoted online to reduce stress. The world is changing dramatically, so work with the millions of people to find solutions and a guide to thriving on stress. Various resources online will provide you tips, hints, and other products that will benefit you with thriving on stress. Learn some principles in thriving on stress. Principles in thriving on stress. Have you ever noticed that everyone talks about what stress can do to your health? Most people have anything good to say. Most people have no clue what stress can do for them. It can be good for you if you know how to use it to benefit from it. You're asking, how is this true? Knowing the principles in a guide to thriving on stress can help you to make some changes. These principles start with understanding stress. Learning what stress is and how it can affect your health when you let it get out of control can help you make better choices. Why is stress bad for you? Stress is bad for you in many ways. Stress can cause heart trouble, high blood pressure, as well as many other kinds of troubles when it comes to your health. Yet when you turn it around and learn to put stress in your corner, you have the start of a guide to thriving on stress. What things do people do if they are stressed out? Some people will eat until they cannot move because they cannot manage stress. Still, some people will starve before eating as well to deal with stress. Well, if you are trying to lose weight, I guess. Nevertheless, when your body loses nutrients, you're only causing you harm. Instead of letting stress beat you down, go do some exercises. This will help you to get on the road to thriving on stress and turning it into your friend. This will help you to relieve your stress. If you do it long enough, you will start to feel better about yourself. Some of us may just want to crawl up by the fireplace and read a good book. Reading is not very bad either. Reading is good for you. How do I learn to benefit from having stress? In order to get all that you can out of stress, you have to learn to train your brain to do the opposite of what it wants to do. If your mind is telling you to eat, you have to train yourself to walk away from the food. It is really all in your head, not in your hands. Training your brain to do something different takes time. Retraining the mind cannot take place overnight. You will have to have a lot of willpower as well. It is not going to be easy by no means, but you can do it if you put your mind to it. How will I benefit from stress? You can benefit from anything you want, it is just going to take some time doing it. If you are feeling better about yourself, you have learned to deal with your stress. Dealing with your stress is almost as hard as you make it. You will have learned to train your brain to do what you want it to do instead of it control you and your brain, which is not good on you or any part of your body. There is a lot of self-mediation that you can do to help you to learn to do this. If you want to learn some of these things, you can go to your local library and get some information. However, it will be easier if you just learn to control your stress. Minimizing stress in your life will give you the energy that you want to have in order to have a normal life. You can do anything that you want to do, and training your brain is something that we need to do to learn to deal with stress in our life. Find relief with a guide to thriving on stress. Thriving on stress. To find relief, you have a few options. To find a guide to thriving on stress. To discover the relief you need to function well in society. Learning to thrive on stress requires making changes to become successful. Every day we endure stress that mounts from stressors. This stress in our lives, we have no control of, except we can learn to make good decisions on how to handle the pressure. We endure stress in the home, workplace, and in our personal overall life. Using a guide to help us find relief for relaxation, making better decisions, improving our health, and to help us get through each day is easy these days. Learn to use meditation, writing, exercise, and set goals to guide you in finding relief from stress. We can learn to use meditation for relaxation at the workplace, at home, etc. You have several choices in meditation, since you can do it at any time or any place by learning to focus on one particular thing. As we learn meditation skills and practice relaxation, we often find relaxation more often. When there are 2 or 3 different things on our mind at one time, you begin to lose focus. We are working on something to meet a deadline, for instance. As we focus on the deadline that is to be meeting, something might happen to slow us down. All of a sudden, we now have 2 things causing us stress, making it harder to meet the first deadline. Learn to step back for a minute and meditate on what you are working on by setting the other aside. Right at this moment there is nothing that can be done about the second thought, so do not think about it until the first deadline is met. It is hard to focus when we are being stressed over multitasking. Learn to think positive for meeting the deadline and tell yourself that you can do this. The deadline will be met if you clear stress, then you have time to finish the next task. You can only deal with one thing at a time. Writing is a guide for thriving on stress. Writing a journal will give you relief by letting you spout off on paper. Write how you feel about whatever you are stressed over. Tell yourself on paper how you can solve the problem, if it is something you can control. If you are stressed out over something that you have no control of, put your anger on paper to get it off your chest. By relieving stress on paper, you can write anything and no one will know except you. What a great way to restore privacy. When we write, then reread it later, it will look different and help you to handle it differently once it is out in the open. Thrive on stress and find relief with writing and goals. Write on paper what is causing you so much stress, along with how you can handle them to eliminate or lessen the burden. Goals are guides to help you reach them with successful. For instance, are you stressing about your weight? Write down how much you really want to lose and how you are going to do it. Writing your goals will help you find relief and help you to be positive and motivated to reach them. You can reread the goals many times a day to remind you that you can lose weight. Are going to lose weight by starting an exercise program. Exercising will help guide you to find relief from stress by letting you think about something else. Learn to focus on your exercise to work harder for success. When you reach your goals, you will feel better and relieved. Find your stopper with the guide to thriving on stress. Thriving on the burden of stress. To find a stopper, you have a few flexible benefit plans for finding a guide to thriving on stress to discover the relief you need to function well in society. Literature to thrive on stress requires making changes to incline revolution. Each day we all deal with stress, which accumulates from stressors. The impact in our lifestyle, we have no control of eliminating, so we can learn to take a crack at calling the tune on how to handle the pressure. Each day we all endure stress in the asylum of our sanctified world. We all can benefit from using pensiveness for relaxation. We all have choices in ideas that can help us and encourage us to pitch into on one particular thing we want to master. When we learn to cogitate, developing skills and then practice to rest, we often discover ways to alleviate stress more often. Exploiting a guide to thriving on stress can help you find ways to relax. You can learn ways to make improvements in your decisions making, improve your health and assist you with achieving your goals. Learn to use pondering, writing, exercise, and set goals to direct you with discovering short reliever from burden. Stress often builds up since many of us have too many things on our mind at a given time. We struggle because we fail to see the benefits of focusing on a single task. Sporadically we have 2 or 3 things on our mind that hinders us from seeing the positive light that will guide us to relaxation. You commence to lose control because your mind is not focused on what you need to do to succeed. For instance, if you are rusting to accomplish one task, as you focus, you start to get a knack to uncover what you must do to finish this task. The stress is minimized because you took time to focus. Learn to step repulse for a minute and meditate on what you are laboring on by sitting the other task out of the way. When you are attempting multi-ball bustering tasks, you want to learn to manage your thoughts to control stress. Learn to think constructive for meeting the deadline and give out yourself that you can do this. The deadline will be met if you clear-cut stress, then you have time to do justice * the following task. You can matchless deal with one thing at a time. Some of the ways to thrive on stress include journals, meditation, exercise. Exercise will assist, creating an exhibitor to help you find relief from stress. You learn to deliberate about something else rather than attempting to do more than your body and mind will allow. Learn to concentrate on exercise to labor harder for success. Calligraphy or write your goals down so to find relax by clearing up those rambling thoughts. This strategy of thriving on stress will help you to become more constructive and motivated. Use what you write as reminders to help you continue building constructive thinking and motivation. Thrive on constant worry to find relief by creating a manuscript of your goals. Indite on paper what is causing you stress. Create a pattern of plans in how you can manage stressors to eliminate or abridge the burden. Goals are patterns to assist you with resembling stressors to find relief of success. For exemplification, are you stressing about your equilibrium? Write down what you want to accomplish to lose weight and better your health. Learn to meditate daily. We all have the ability to learn to meditate for enjoyment. We can learn to meditate at our job, at home, or anywhere stressors mount up. Blossoming. With a guide to thriving on stress will take you to the road to success. Thriving on blossoming stress. There is no way I can tell you to rid of stress completely. Each day we deal with stress that emerges from stressors. Note the keyword stressors, since this is what you want to focus on eliminating to learn how to thrive on stress. Everywhere you turn, there will be stress. At home, we become stressed from dealing with outside activities as well as keeping up inside duties, such as laundry, cooking, and trying to spend time with our loved ones. There doesn't seem to be enough hours in a day to get everything done and relax too. Learn to thrive on stress with stress management. When we learn to manage our stress, we gain confidence, energy, and begin to feel better about ourselves. Discover your stress and stressors. Now visualize the consequences of making a choice to take a walk to reduce stress, rather than blow up or drink too much alcohol to cope. Next, think positive and decide what changes you can make to cope with stressful things that interfere with your success. When you feel strained, take a stroll around the block to relieve stress. Walking will not only relieve you of some stress, but will also improve your health and build energy. We all need exercise for our bodies and brain for a longer and healthier future. Exercise will make you feel like a new person as time goes on. We become relaxed with exercise, lowers our blood pressure and the heart rate gets a boost to help the blood flow smoother. Walking is the most effective way to becoming a new person that everyone will be pleased to be around. Thrive on stress by learning meditation skills. Learn to meditate so that you can focus on what you must do to accomplish your duties. Meditation can be done anywhere by learning to focus on one thing. When you feel stressed, focus. Learn to meditate. Sometimes when we have demanding deadlines, we often put other things aside and focus on the stress, rather than meeting the deadline, which causes us to fail with completing the projects to clear up time to get other things done. Try to focus on it with thinking positive so that you can accomplish your duties. If you have to take a minute and walk away from the task you are managing to meditate for a minute or two, do it. Refocus and use your self-talk tools to relax and reaffirm that you will complete your task on time. Focusing on negative thoughts only makes getting the job done harder and sometimes unsuccessful. With negative thoughts, we begin to make mistakes because we are not thinking about what we are actually doing. Change your ways by using self-talking tools to reform your mind from thinking negative to positive. The way we think is what we are going to tell ourselves through self-talk. If we are stressed and we are thinking negative, our self-talk is going to tell us to do it wrong. By thinking positive, we begin to program ourselves to get what we must do done on time, and we do not worry as often. Thrive on stress to make changes. When we thrive on our stress, it forces us to make changes in our way of thinking or to learn the skills that guide us to relaxation by meditating. Learn from our stress by recognizing what causes us to behave in making bad decisions or fail at making deadlines. Learning to use stress as a way to make changes will help us gain confidence and become successful for a healthier and longer future. Take the Pilot Guide to Thrive on Stress. A pilot to thriving on stress. No matter which direction you turn, you will meet stress head on. At your crash pad, we may feel stressed from managing your home duties, intramural duties, such as laundry, preparing meals, and so on. Most of us find it difficult in a single day to find a moment for us. Daily, we all face some form of stressors that causes stress to build up. Stressors are what you want to hammer away on when eliminating stress and learning to thrive on the pressures that mount up during a single day. Learning to manage tension can help you make changes to insist advancement of confidence so you can grow successfully into a healthier person with the largest future. Thrive on your stress to adjust and make changes. When we thrive on our stress, it enjoins forces that help us make necessary changes. We learn to control our thinking patterns to learn new skills that lodestar us to relaxation by cognition. Learn from your stress by recognizing what causes you to behave in making bad decisions or flounder at making time limits. Learning to think positive gives us a start at reprogramming our minds so that we learn how to thrive on stress. Developing positive thinking habits will become a guide to thrive on stress, since you will start to see things clearly. The way we think plays an ultimate role in the consequences we reap. If you feel stress and thinking unaffirmatively, you reap unfavorably results. We all can benefit by changing our ways of thinking by using self-talk tools to reform the mind. We can use this tool to practice after learning how to ponder over nullifying thoughts to constructive works. Refocus your mind to use yourself. Have a discussion with tools to relax and advocate. That you will all-encompassing manage your duties in a timely manner. Refocusing guides you away from thinking negative thoughts. Negatory thinking only removes you by pushing you back from success. Negative reviews, we kick off only welcomes repeated mistakes. You want to learn from mistakes, rather than continue making the same mistake repeatedly. High and low, we all turn corners where burden awaits. Learn to thrive on shockers with stress governance. Use stressors as a guide to manage your impact. You will soon feel your changes, which you will gain confidence from boosted energy, and start to feel better about you. Discover your stressors. Next, envision the suffering penalties from making choices to do something constructive to diminish stressors rather than make a decisive stroke to invite unwelcoming stress that could develop into anger. After a while, think positive and decide what changes you can make to conduct you in a way that you remove obstacles that interfere with your eclat. When you need a guide to thrive on stress, you have a few options. Take time to explore the internet to learn some of the best ways to manage stress. For now, consider exercise. Exercise benefits you, since working out makes you feel like a new person as time goes on. When you exercise, after you often feel relaxed, simply because your blood pressure levels and the heart rate receives a boost that sees a guidance to enforce the blood squirt smoother. Thrive on stress by inviting meditation skills that can help you to think positive, live constructively and to relax often. Learn to scheme so that you can try on what you be ordered do to act your duties. Meditation can be done anywhere by learning to focus on one item. When you have a hunch stressed, Focus on. Learn to meditate. Set goals for thriving on stress. Set goals with to thriving on stress. Have you ever taken a long look at what is going on in the world today? It is not good in the world by any means, yet some positive remains that we can explore. We all deal with changes in society, wages, time, and the wars that go on around us. There is too much stress in the world, let alone stress in our life, that it is hard for someone to do better, so it seems. Often we realize that we have less control than we thought. Everyone has stress in their life, so I'm going to try to help you to figure out a way to learn to act on the stress and make it work in your favor. For some of us, it is easy to thrive on stress, but others of us find it difficult. It all depends on willpower that one has. If there is not any willpower, it is going to be hard for you to do. Still, you can work on cultivating your willpower by setting goals. How do I get started? First, you need to decide how you want to deal with your stress, and then you will want to figure out how to set goals to achieve your mission. For example, if you decide you want to meditate instead of sleeping when you are stressed, then you need to learn the techniques in meditation. Here are some things you can do to start to learn what to do. Maybe go to the library. Visit the internet and search for guides that help you to learn how to meditate effectively. One way might be to learn the yoga, which is a self-learning exercise. You can get the information you need from books at the library or online. You might just want to go in a quiet room and read or even listen to music while learning how to meditate. How can this help? If you are stress-free, you will feel a lot better about yourself. Stress weighs down your ability to think straight and to perform effectively. Most people that are too stressed end up struggling to find energy to handle tasks. Often they find it difficult to clean the home, work effectively in the office, and so on. Set some goals to make healthy changes that will teach you how to thrive on stress rather than let it get you down. In order to make these changes in your life, you have to decide what you want to do and do something about it. If that means you have to make things that you would have never thought of, to make it work. This may mean you will need to start exercising so you can thank stress for making that possible. If it were not for the stress in your life, you would have never decided to do anything about it. In the long way around, this makes you healthier when you take action to thrive on stress. The things you have learned can help your neighbor out by letting them see the new you when you are talking with them. The neighbor might decide to take some action to thrive on stress also. Good conduct marks the path to positive changes with everyone around you. Set goals for thriving on stress. When you set goals, it will help you to prepare by planning the steps you will need to take control of your life. See a guide to stress management for additional help with learning to thrive on stress. Set standards when thriving on stress. Set standards with thriving on tension and stress. We all must cope with changes in our world. We all deal with saber-rattling or demoralizations that go on around us each day. For this reason, we have many programs that give us the ability to research to control surpassing stress in the world. By setting standards and upholding the law, we can successfully cope with the here, now, and what is coming. Too often, we grasp that we lose control when stress overwhelms us. We all deal with stress, and sometimes it may seem we lack control to do anything about it. You can work on cultivating your fixity by setting standards that help you to reach your goal for thriving on stress. Initially, you will need to think about how you can handle your stress, and then you authorize self to want to figure out how to set standards to take control of your life. Some of the ways to get started may begin with meditation. Instead of overeating when you are stressed, you need to learn the know-how *S in meditation. To learn the steps in meditation, visit your local library and information services. Visit the internet to search for helpful guides to direct you to the right path in making necessary changes to thrive on stress. Inner strength scholarship exercises can help you to take steps in thriving on stress. You can find information in books at the librarian services online. Your intelligence is purely ingrained, yet it takes you to discover the knowledge you have successfully to manage stress, which is the key to thriving hard to take control of your life. When your body and mind is free of stress, you expect a lot better about yourself. Stress when out of control will build up, affecting your ability to think clearly, focus and effectively manage your life. In an effort to make the world a better place in your lifespan, you have to challenge your abilities, skills, etc. to make it happen. If this means you have to adjust to changes, then so be it. Sometimes you must make these changes to take control of your life. If it were not for the stress in your longevity, you would have incessant decided to do anything about it. In the drawn-out way around this makes you feel empowered to take control. How to set goals to mark standards in thriving on stress. Set goals for thriving on stress by focusing on elevating your standards. On and off you set standards and goals. It will assist you with taking notes before you get started by engineering the steps you will call for to take control of your life. See a docent to burden supervision for additional help with learning to thrive on stress. Along the way, we all start to demoralize, which causes us to lower our standards, morals, values, ethics and all aspects that make us healthy humans. We want to learn how to readjust our thinking and habits to reform behavior patterns that guide us to thriving on stress. Sometimes we have to step back and review our life. We may see things that we did not see when our mind was cluttered or in the gutter. When we review these things, we can often see ways to reform to make necessary changes to set standards that works as our guide to thriving on stress. Take time now to learn meditation practices, guided relaxation, and steps to guide you to thrive on stress successfully. Remember, it takes effort to achieve any mission you set out to accomplish. Deal with stressors to guide you with thriving on stress. How thriving on stress benefits you. Thriving on stress can be very harmful to everyone without some kind of guide to help them stay in control. Stress is in our everyday life regardless of who we are. Relieve stress and learn to stay in control before it takes over your life. Stress will take control and lead us to many illnesses, causing us pain, to make poor decisions and depression that could become extremely risky. With a guide, we can learn how to stay in control and relieve pain and illness before it is too late. There are different ways that we can use guides to benefit us. One guide is to set goals to help us make better decisions on the way we live and function. When setting goals, sit back and relax to focus on the things that are stressing you. Write them down along with how you plan to eliminate them to give you relief. By writing your goals on paper, it brings your feeling out in the open, making them come alive and more real than just thoughts. For instance, is your weight stressing you from overeating or not eating enough? Ask yourself, why have you lost control of your diet and how can you change your eating habits for the better? Be honest with your feelings by changing your negative thoughts to being positive. With your goals and results for success in reaching them, you can now keep rereading what you jot down whenever you begin to feel depressed. Use your goals as a guide to become a happier person with yourself and those around you. Exercise and plans are also good guides to helping you thrive on stress for becoming a happier and healthier person. Making plans and goals for a new exercise program will help you feel better in relieving stress and improving your health. Review your plans and goals often to keep in mind what you must do to achieve your success. Relieve stress, restful sleep, energy, and pain are just a few things that you will benefit with using plans and exercise for thriving on stress. When you begin to notice changes in your appearance and overall traits, you will feel at ease because your energy will increase. Energy is something we all need to thrive on stress and everyday life. Without energy, we do not make good decisions on our diets, our joints and muscles become stiff, and making daily decisions about the way we perform will all start to appear. When the body lacks energy, we often struggle and fail at success. Reading is another guide people use to thrive on stress. When we read, we are learning new things and it helps us to focus on what we are reading instead of focusing on the things that make us feel stressed. By taking time off to walk to the library to find new information on relieving stress, you are taking time out for you. Time out and reading are both guides to help us benefit on how to thrive on stress. Using your PC as a guide for thriving on stress is perfect, at work or home. With some time and searching on your PC, you will find download of guides you can use as a director that leads you to thriving on stress. Check out some of the guides online, since some truly work. Learn to use guides to thriving on stress for a better and healthier life. Researching the internet and using your local library are both ways to find information on how to relieve stress that will benefit you in many ways. Learn the pattern in the guide to thriving on stress to perquisite you. How a pattern to thriving on stress perquisite you. Thriving on stress can be very pestilential to anyone struggling without the patterns to take them to success. It does not matter if you are rich or poor, you will have stress in your life. When you learn to take control of stress by thriving on the stressors and stress, you learn to take control of success. Stress will take over you if you allow it to and lead to illnesses that cause pain. Battling stress now to make necessities be in control and bleakness that could become exceptionally risky. Therefore, get the ball a-rolling and hit the internet to find a guide to thriving on stress to perquisite you. There are distinctive ways that we can explore lodestars to benefit us. One rudder is to set goals to achieve support that helps you to make wise decision. Your decisions play a major role in the results that you reap. When you prepare goals, relax to pitch into on the things that are stressing you and work toward minimizing your stressors. Take a moment to review your goals to make sure that you can create a workable plan that leads you to success. By scripting your goals on paper, it brings your feelings out, freeing up your mind so that you have room to breathe and think clearly. No matter what you want to do, consider guiding your mind to focus. When you are consciously aware, you will find it easier to thrive on stress. When you take your goals to heart, the results for flying colors in thorough recognition, you can now keep rereading what you jot down ever you originate to feel depressed. Use your goals as an escort to guide you to happiness by finding contentment inside you. Exercise and byway are also great standards to consultative you thrive on stress for fate a happier and healthier person. Departmental diagram and goals for a new exercise. Design will help you sense better in relieving shock and mending your health. Review your plans and morals often to keep in mind what you must do to bring about your flying colors star. Relieve stress, restful hibernate, energy and pain, are just a few things that you will benefit with using plans and exercise for thriving on thrust. Not often, you affect to notice changes in your appearance and overall traits, you decree have a sensation at ease because your vitality commands increase. Virility is something we all need to score on stress and everyday life. Without virility, we do not make good be in the saddle on our diets, our joints and muscles grow into stiff, and regulatory daily decisions about the way we perform ordain all start to appear. When the body lacks energy, we often uphill battle and fail at do. Telepathic transmission is another master people use to thrive on stress. When we read, we are research new things and it helps us to focus on what we are reading instead of focusing on the things that make us feel stressed. By taking time off to walk to the library to find new information on relieving shock, you are taking time out for you. Time out with mental telepathy practices are both guides to avail us benefit on how to score on stress. Use your PC to guide you to thriving on stress skills, at work, or while hanging out. With some time and searching on the internet, you will discover downloadable programs that will give you some tips on thriving on stress. Take time to explore to get the full benefits of learning how a pattern to thriving on stress perquisite you. Live Smart. Live Smart by Thriving on Stress. Living smart with a guide to thriving on stress to be healthier and happier is obtainable by researching the internet. Learn ways to thrive on stress with a guide to relieve the stressors that are trying to invade your life. There is no real way to rid stress complete. Each day we wake, there is always going to be everyday stress that we have to control of. We can learn to thrive with stress by using guides for living smart. Using guides to help us learn new skills and to create goals, plans, journals, even music to relax and enjoy life to relieve stress. With guides are incentives, which give us motivation to reach our goals. Goals will help us to live smart by making changes in how we live and perform. Start living smarter today with goals to help relieving stressors by taking control now. Create your list of goals that you want to achieve, followed by writing some rewards at the end of each goal you achieve to give you more incentives for reaching the rainbow. Each reward should relate to the goal itself. For example, if you create a goal to lose 10 pounds in a month, reward you with a new outfit. As you reach the golden reward, add another goal to the list. Keep your goals going so you will always have a good solid reason to be successful in thriving on stress. Meditation is a guide to help us thrive on stress. Meditation is another form of relaxation when we are stressed and feel out of control. Get yourself in control by using meditation as a guide to help gain control to live smart. Learn how to relax at work by meditating when stress over deadlines by focusing. Candles with meditation are another guide to help you thrive with stress. Set up some candles around the bathtub and jump in for meditation. Turning out the lights with only the candles will guide you to relaxation. Start living smart with candles and meditation as a guide to relieve stress. Set up a table in a quiet dark room with candles and watch the flames. While watching the flames burn down, think about being off somewhere all alone. Use your imagination, listen to the birds, and wind blowing through your hair. Your imagination can take you far away from everything that is on your mind. Living smart with meditation from your PC is a great guide for thriving on stress. On the internet you will find free downloads of screensavers that flash across your screen to help you relax. Download relaxing music on your PC for using at home or in the office will guide you relaxation as well. Using guides to help you thrive on stress will help you relax to feel like a new person. When we use guides for relaxing, we will become healthier and have more energy to perform and be who we really want to be. When we learn the skills to live smart with guides, you will build self-esteem and confidence to make better decisions. Your future lies on how you perform in making decisions to be successful. Start now and find the right guide by turning on your PC or walking to your local library for relaxation and living smarter. Learn to use guides to thriving on stress in your daily life. Researching the cyberspace and using your local library is both wherewithal to find information on how to relieve stress by helping you to learn how to reduce stressors. Go thrive on stress today. Learn to live subtle with a guide to thriving on stress. Living subtle to thriving on stress. Take a moment to learn how to use guides to thriving on stress in your everyday century. Take time to research the cyberspace to study the latest sciences and find discussion on how to relieve stress. Go through the emotions with what you learn so you get the most of your reading. When you spend time focusing on helpful guides that could lead you to great rewards, it encourages you to live a subtle in a guide to thriving on stress. Intermittently we can learn skills to crash *smart with guides to help promote self-esteem and reliance to make better decision. Your future lies on how you operate in regulative decision-making that determines your success. Start today and discover the true ideal by turning on your PC or walking to your divisional library for relaxation. Take a moment to load up your web pages so that you can do a random search to discover guides that will help you thrive on stress. When we use chaperones for lenitive, we will eventually be healthier and have more vim to perform and be who we really want to be. When you learn to live the subtle life by minimizing stressors that build up stress, you learn how to take control of your life. Use the cyberspace to guide you to helpful links. On the IBAN, or the worldwide net of chaos, you will find amazing surprises, including free downloads of screensavers that flash across your screen to help you relax. Download relaxing music on your PC for using at parking place * or in the office will guide you relaxation. Learning to relax is the key that opens doors to living subtle. Learn to meditate. Set up a table in a quiet dark vastness with candles and watch the flames burn down, capturing your mind. While you watch the flames burn, captivating your mind thinks about being off scattered all alone. Use your imagination. Let your mind guide you to a world within the realms of your mind to discover new ways to manage stress. Aroma-scented candles could guide you to meditation. Set up some aroma candles around your bathtub, Let the flames capture your mind so you can start rumination. Turning out the lights with only the candles will guide you to diversion. Candles can be your musing as a paradigm to relieve stress. Reflecting or meditation is a form of relaxation that gives us a console to find relief of stress. Get yourself in control by using meditation as a standard to sustenance. Gain control to live subtle. Learn how to rest at labor by meditating when stress over deadlines by focusing. Explore your intentions independently. Let these intentions come alive to help you set goals that will guide you to thriving on stress and success. Take time to glance deep in your mind to explore what you know so that it can guide you to a more productive lifestyle. You will be amazed at what you discover. Approach living subtle newfangled with new ideas to support freeing stressors by taking control now. Set goals in order to help you live canny by authoritative world in how we live and work. Start living subtle expediently by reviewing and setting morals to corrective encouraging stressors by taking control of your life. Go to the cyberspace and look for the guides for thriving on stress. Take some time to look around, since you have many options open that can help you successfully manage your life. Look for some of the free downloads that will help you learn to relax. Locating the top hits on thriving on stress. Locating the top hits on a guide to thriving on stress can be done right from your home. Yes, your PC and local library are both great ways to locate top hits on how to thrive on stressors that may be giving you fits. Stress can cause many illness, even death, when we let it take control of our life. Do not let your health and happiness be destroyed from all that awful stress you have on your mind. Take advantage of all the new features today's technology has come up with to help us. Finding ways to build our self-esteem, confidence, and health is easy by using your PC as a guide to locate the top hits of today. Use your search bar or keyword search feature to help you get started for finding the guide that fits your needs. There are many different keywords that you can start searching with. Keywords are words that pertain to the subject you want information on. When looking for information on stress, try using stress for one. The keyword stress will bring up many links to guide you to more links. When reading about stress, you will notice, which there are words and links to redirect you to more information. Clicking on these links will send you to more. Exercise is another keyword you can search to find ways for relieving stress and how it can guide you to relief. Searching for exercise to relieve stress is a good one. Exercise is a great way to help guide you when thriving for stress. Use meditation as a keyword to find today's top hits. When using meditation, you will find that candles and yoga are two great guides that will benefit people that are under a lot of daily stress. Take information from meditation as keywords such as yoga. Yoga is a form of meditation that is very useful when learning new ways to cope with stress. Learn a new skill to guide you with new techniques for relaxation when you are stressed. Learn to move, sit, stand, or lay in different positions to help when stress is bugging you. Learn and discover what it takes to make you relax. Is it music? Use the keyword music to help you find great top hits, especially for relaxing with stress. Learn to thriving on stress with music is very popular with the new age of today. Software downloads are great keywords to find information on the top hits of today. There are many downloads that you can load to your PC and you do not even see them flashing across the screen. Try downloading a screensaver to help guide you through a stressful day at the office. If you decide, which you want just to get out for some fresh air and take a walk, stop off at your local library to locate top hits of today's ways to thrive on stress. You'll find many magazines, books, CDs that are all sitting there to guide you to success. Relieving stress by walking to the library alone is a good way to get away from it all. Become a new person by learning how to thrive on stress using your PC or walking to the local library. You will be amazed at all the information there is to give you guidance and new skills with top hits of today. A guide to thriving on burden to be healthier and happier is obtainable by researching the net. Learn means to thrive on stress with a guide to relieve the stressors that are trying to invade your life. Take control of your life. Taking control to thriving on stress. There are a lot of people in the world today that has a lot of stress on them. Some people need to learn how to deal with stress so it does not get in their way of trying to make something out of their self. It is not going to be easier for some, but it can be done. All it takes is a little willpower and some effort to find a guide to thriving on stress. What is stress and how can it hurt me? Stress is very controlling in everyone's life if you allow it to be. So in order to take control, you have to learn what stress is, how to control stress, what you can do about it, etc. Stress can lead to high blood pressure. Stress can cause heart problems. Stress can make some people go into a depressive state of mind, making it impossible for one to deal with everyday activities. What can I do to help me to control my stress? There is many ways that you can get a hold on stress. For example, you might want to work out in the local gym, or take some class on dealing with stress. There are all kinds of ways to learn to deal with pressures. It will just take some time learning to deal with stress, however, so learn some patient developing skills. Why is stress good for you? Stress can be used to benefit from it as well. Some things that you might think about is you at work and you have this big deadline to meet and you running out of time. You know you have to do this, but you just do not feel like you're going to make it. Your body is all stressed out now and you have to make yourself do something about this. So see, stress is making you work toward that big deadline. If it was for the stress you had with the deadline, you would never made that deadline. As you can see, something good comes from stress, since it pushes you to progress. How can exercise help me? When it comes to exercising, everyone needs it in their life. However, some of us know we need it but do not know what to do to get it or use it to help us. Therefore, what you need to do is to learn when you are stressed out so you can do exercises to help you to relieve stress. Exercise is good for you, since it relaxes the muscles causing normal contractions to occur. Then there is something called meditation that can help you to use your mind as well. Medication is also an exercise for your mind so that you will have a clean mind to be able to concentrate on the things you need to, and not the things you do not need to concentrate on. Therefore, the next time someone comes up to you and says I cannot do anything due to being stressed, you can just look at them and smile, for you knowing now that stress is not very bad for you. If you apply it and work on it, it can be used to your benefit. This is just some food for thought. Remember that it will take some willpower, since good results do not happen overnight. We cannot get rid of stress completely. Each day we wake there is regularly going to be stressors that increase stress. We can learn to thrive on stress by using gurus for living a healthier life, however, by making better choices. Learn the impacts of thriving on stress. Impacts in thriving on stress. Some body politics * suggest to learn how to deal with stress so it does not get in their way of making good decisions. Some people may take this advice and reap good rewards, but others may follow the same advice and fail. Why? Well, because we are all different. This means we all learn in different ways and require our own unique guide to thriving on stress. How to get the benefits in a guide to thriving on stress. To get the benefits of a guide to thriving on stress, you just have to learn what stress means to you. Most of us view stress as this nasty enemy out to take our lives. Well, in a way they are right, since it will if you allow it to take control. For a moment, review the list below and give some consideration to discover what stress means to you. The meaning of stress - pressures, nervous tension, trauma, hassles, constant worry, emphasizes, highlights, accentuate, _ choose from the list. Pick out which meaning best fits you and consider it carefully so that you can grip the meaning. For instance, if you choose pressures, what force compels you to overeat, binge drink, feel angry, etc.? Think about this carefully and decide what ways you can change this pattern. For instance, if you feel angry because the pressure mounts up, overwhelming you, then think of the trigger points. What causes this pressure to trigger your emotions? Is it bills? If it is bills, what can you do to earn extra income to pay your bills on time? If you view stress as nervous tension, consider a press gang that will help you insist that stress is not your enemy but rather your friend. You may need doctor assistance if you have too much nervous tension. Your doctor may give you some medications to help you manage stress. Stress is emphasis we place on something. This is healthy stress, since it helps us to understand. You get the highlights on accentuates that can guide you to thriving on stress. In this instances, things become more noticeable. For instance, if you are sweating bills, you might start to see ways to eliminate bills by building up resources and asking for help. Stress is a master or a slave. In order to take control, you have to learn what stress means to you. By ignoring what it means to you, you can work toward protagonist into high blood pressure, heart problems, depressive conditions, etc. We do have the power to get rid of stress, absolutely. We do have the power to take control of stress by learning what it means and how we can manage it. We can learn to thrive on stress by using gurus for living a healthier orbit, however, by making better choices. The impacts of stress cause us misery, or it can enforce us to get up and take the bull by the horn. When you take the bull by the horn, you remove the dangers out of your way so that you can see more clearly. Here is what you need to thrive on stress successfully. For this reason, learn mediation. Learn how exercise benefits you, and how to set a diet that will bring you good health. Remember that it will take some willpower, since commendable results do not happen overnight. Willpower is your friend, so take it by the hand to help you with finding a guide to thriving on stress. Let this impact be your enforcer that directs you to success. Work toward your guide to thriving on stress. Working toward thriving on stress. Learning to thrive on stress can be hard for some of us. Still, it can be done if someone is willing to work at it. One does not want to have a lot of stress in their life. Stress causes too many problems, so you have to learn how to control your stress by doing something about it. This will lead to benefits. If you work at it, you can learn to take control of your life. Why do we deal with stress? Stress accumulates from bills, relationships, world issues, family problems, etc., and all of this comes from poor decision making. When we make poor decisions, it welcomes stressors that mount up, causing stress that is too often unwelcoming for most of us. The key to thriving on stress, however, is learning how to cope with stress while managing stressors by making better decisions. Stress is a slow-killing disease that you can stop if you know what to do to stop it. It will take some time to afford it, but it can be done. Stress is one of the #1 killers in the world today. There are people that are dying at a slow death with heart problems, strokes, high blood pressure, as well as depression. That is no way to spend your time on this earth, being all stressed out, always worry about something that we have no control over. Just sit back and try to learn how to relax and enjoy your time. What can I do to help me to control my stress? If I told you what you are to wear today, how would you feel? You likely would take offense and tell me that it is my choice what I wear. Well, it goes the same way with what you can do to control stress. You have to find what works best for you, because no one else can tell you what to do. Some people may think a hot bath will help them clear their heads, while others may feel that getting into a good book will help them to forget issues that stress them out. This may work for some of us, but others it may not work. You just have to decide what is best for you and go with it. You do have several options, however, and there is no crime in asking or seeking help. Someone may have a hard time with their job every day. There is stress. What should they do? Well, learn to deal with it or do something about it. There is always an answer for a problem, no need to sit and worry about it or get sick. What should one to do? Learn different ways to deal with this stress. No one can help you with this problem. This is going to be something that you have to learn to do on your own. You will have to spend some time working at this. It is not going to come overnight or in a week. For stress does not just hit you overnight. You have to find out what is the best way for you. What works for you may not work for someone else. Things work differently for different people. Some people deal with stress better than others. Some people won't let stress affected them at all. Well, they do not show it, at least that means they have learned a way to deal with it. Some people sit around worrying about things they cannot change. So they are the ones that need to learn how to deal with the stress in their life. Use your self-talk tools to guide you to thrive on stress. Self-talk to thriving on stress. Self-talk is an inner guide that you can use to guide self to thrive on stress. When you learn to use your self-talk tool, you assemble ways that help you to constructively improvise and find new ideas to develop healthy skills. Self-talk gives you a flex plan that helps you when you run into confrontations. When you have those tug-of-wars going on in your head, sometimes you have to sit back, open a discussion with you and discover new ideas that guide you to thriving on stress. Sometimes the masquerades that go on in your mind will cause successions of mixed changes. You often find it harder to manage stress when your mind is cluttered. Your mind may cease to work properly, which often builds up blind spots that hinder you from achieving your goals. When you develop a mindful force to understand your stress, you can then see a guide within you that helps you to thrive on stress. Sometimes you may set up bombardments in your mind that increase blind spots, which generally develop from negative thinking. The action causes you to criticize your abilities. You start to pick on you, beating down your choices, which make you feel like the low man on the totem pole. Your confidence, ability to use common sense, self-esteem all goes out the window. You can have all these healthy qualities return, however, by reading a guide to thriving on stress. Sometimes you have to use your own inner learning to discover ways to manage stress. At times, you may feel hopeless, or inadequate, but use this feeling in your favor. Rather than beating you down, start taking action to manage stress. Let us do a little test for a minute to see what type of person you are and how you think. If you learn this information about you, you can learn to make changes to improve your life. Test negative thinkers ask, are you this person pessimistic, harmful, off-putting, unconstructive, unenthusiastic, disapproving, depressing, downbeat, unhelpful, refusal, denial? Alternatively, are you this person positive thinker? Sure, certain, without doubt, irrefutable, conclusive beyond doubt, optimistic, confident, focused on good and not bad, beneficial, productive, affirmative, indicates agreement, ready to accept feedback, quantifiable, capable, measured and detected. Now let us thrive on stress by focusing on turning negative thinking around. Even if you are not a negative thinker, take the information as a beneficial that will guide you to improve your life further. We see that negative thinkers have doubts, fears, and refuse to accept that good things can happen to them often. They are in denial. Keyword: denial provokes fears that will hinder you from achieving your goals. In this instance, you may benefit by reading a guide to subliminal learning. Explore your mind to discover what is holding you back. Get off your rocking horse and let your pony ride by using these negatives as positives to guide you to thriving on stress. Seek help with using self-talk to improve your thinking. Unhelpful: if you are a pessimistic soul, then you are not helping you or anyone around you. Do you want this label for the rest of your life? If not, then thrive on this stressor to find ways to become a helpful person so that you feel better about you. In addition, others around you will enjoy your company. Obviously, if you are a positive thinker, you do not have doubts. This means that you have positive energies that will guide you to success. However, you want to check yourself often to create a block to keep doubt out of your path. When you have doubt, something is telling you that you need to find the truth, because only doubt, fears, etc. come from lies. Therefore, work toward honesty when seeking a guide to thrive on stress. Gain success by thriving on stress. Clearly, if you are a positive eccentric, you do not have fears or doubts that hinder you from success. Your positive energies often guide you, helping you along the way to achieve your goals. When your mind is filled with doubts, you need to discover the truthfulness, because only cast doubt on, revitalize, etc. buzz * from lies. With this in mind, you will need to discover the truths about you so that you can eliminate these doubts. The patterns in thriving on stress. By considering thinking, denial emerges from doubt and innervates fears that spread like germs in your mind and finally to your body. If this is you, explore your mind to feel for what is holding you back. Use your promotional elaborator by using these antagonistic or negatory thought patterns as positive guides. Seek succor with using self-confidence talk to improve your thinking. Self-talk is an inner guide that you can spend, using your pathfinder to explore your mind. When you explore the mind, you come closer to recognizing you, which often helps you to see clearer. You develop new ideas by conducting mental, therapeutic talk. You can join methods and resources that corrective you to constructively brainstorm and find new outlooks to develop healthy skills. Self-talk gives you a flex plan that helps you when you run into confrontations. Variable, you have those moments when negative thoughts take control. Sometimes you have to sit back and let the higher power take control. At irregular intervals you develop a clear-sighted compel to understand your stress. You can then see a guide within you that hands you to thrive on stress. Erratically you may structure attacks in your mind that increases blind spots, which usually inflates from negative emotions. These negative emotions often emerge after triggered by something, someone, or somewhere, i.e. from your past. Action affords you to criticize your credentials from thinking negative. To thrive on stress you want to learn how to convert these thoughts or emotions into positive guides. You can benefit from several therapeutic methods. Self-talk, meditation, role-play, etc. are great therapy tools for converting your mind to think positive. Sometimes you have to exploit your own inner attainments to discover methods to deal with stress. At times, you may feel demoralized, or skimpy, but you can utilize these feelings, turning the negative stress in your favor. If you are one of those pessimistic mortal souls, then you are only holding you down from success. In addition, people likely try to avoid hanging out with you, because no one wants someone in their life that brings them down. Seek benefit with using inner strength talk to improve your thinking. At what time you expand your mind's force to understand your stress, you can then see a mentor within you that correctives you to score on stress. You must use these strengths as a guide to thrive on stress. One of the best ways to deal with stress is consider the consequences. When you start to see good from thriving on stress, you will welcome any positive influences to guide your path. Your pathfinder within will take you to success. On the other hand, if you see poor results from your decisions, then you should see that changes are needed to help you thrive on stress successfully. Negative thinking only causes you to criticize your decisions and abilities. This could turn positive, since when you criticize you are analyzing you. When you hit this spot, then it is time to take this negative criticism and turn it around in your favor. Discover some solutions that could guide you to thriving on stress. Thriving on Stress in Focus Solutions, a guide in how innovative advanced technology choices in thriving on stress works. What choices do we have in the latest intellectual enhancements that provide us a guide to thriving on stress? Can we choose the right gimmicks or thingamajig that prompts us to thrive on stress successfully? We have varieties of thriving on stress techniques that devise plans that guide us to relaxation. We have options in enhancement programs that combine brain power clarity in the method required for brain garnish. It is believed that we are more likely to learn to solutions to help us manage brain patterns to bring our brains to new rises to keep up with today's technology. When we are in non-ordinary high court of consciousness, increases in the wit's fluctuations and its patterns will change. Perhaps the latest programs then could be the answer to promoting thriving on stress. In this conclusion, many programs produce polished sounds with natural content and repetition to help us learn. Indeed, it is a finale supported by the research conducted in virtually everyone's discipline of human information studies. Educators, doctors, and other racketeers of the intellect are now discovering a selection of unique strategies that perhaps can offer enhancing solutions in cleverness of both spin-off to learn, amongst drawings, guided imagery, muses, autogenic, chiming breathing, croon, storytelling, choreography, music and refreshment. The informational processes demonstrate that all-at-once tactics could show the way to theatrical increases in our aptitude to secure, elicit, and make inventive exploits of informational channels and new ideas. Forecast studies given to us claim some of the thriving on stress techniques could model toward panoramic alterations in cerebellum physics and the brain's structural, as well as in our individual comportments. The mediocre denominator for double time techniques is of course that each modus operandi fortifies our brain's fluctuation by pink medulla oblongata wave amplitude and / or by curtailing brainwave frequency. The valuable informational processes make up documents that are beneficial with affecting of advocacy of the brain unpredictable and constant changes in the principles of Insphalen, vertebrate brain, intensity and science-Badiesement. Professionals in psychology back some of the latest guides to thriving on stress, by devising mental fashions obligatory to heed and facilitate its practitioners to sculpt their brain to achieve innovative insights that facade to picturesque awe-inspiring and advantageous behavioral pattern changes. By guiding the mind to focus, it is believed that we see things clearer, which in turns help us to see where we can make changes, that reach better decision-making, in turn guides us to manage stress. Within some of these guides are steps to follow. These series compress steps that guide you into a deliberating state of mind while focusing on your environment. Concentration is modified or corrective. At this phase the mind is turned away to give attention to awareness of insightful direct in the higher subliminal mind and physical responses. One may then reach a focal point in which his experiences guide toward a felt shift, i.e., an understanding that is meticulously occurring by an unexpected release of rigidity, a deep emotional of physical relief, and the sense that the setback or cryptic inkling has been understood. Misunderstandings are unstated or implicit definitions of silent meaning that must be explored to learn how to thrive on stress successfully. When these meanings go unexplored, it leads to unspoken silence, which often leads to doubt, confusion, fear, denial, etc. By exploring some of the latest techniques, you can eliminate this confusion. In each typical case, you may consider an opportunity and rebuff it as an answer since you know it cannot be what is incentive you have not out and out that exclusive, inward release. In fine, you get the correct answer, with a felt shift, a feeling of understanding and satisfaction, a simple release from nervousness, since that eureka 3 winks that mean you have solved the problem. Learning the importance of relaxation can provide you a guide to thriving on stress. The importance of relaxation in thriving on stress. With advanced technology on the rise, scientists are exploring the benefits of electromyography, often known as EMG machines. Since some people have nervous disorders that hinder them from thriving on stress effectively, innovative solutions are available now, which includes the latest biofeedback or brain enhancement solutions known as EMG. These machines measure static electricity within the body. This power is known as potency tension. After a few studies in shortened sessions, scientists discovered the abutment or support supplies would spontaneously manufacture advanced orphic proviso over the whole body and would produce results, such as relaxation. It is said that meditation combined with stretching modes devoid of exceptions designed to unwind the muscles guide the body to relaxation, which encourages the person to thrive on stress effectively. As it stands, mind machines or other innovative devices give end users a state of intellectual relaxation. This mitigation rapidly takes place and impulsively in some stages will describe effects occurring directly from these machines. The effects may present instability, novelty, and repeated changes. Vaguely after utilizing the machines, a disquieting feeling occurs. As a result, it promotes awareness, which encourages intellectual advancements. Since stress has an effect on our impeding well-organized thinking credentials and normal brain reactions, it must find relaxation first in order to focus on thriving on stress itself. Many humans have efficiently changed their patterns, which enables them to develop new skills by choosing the right innovative thriving on stress themes. Some of these Machines enable you to flee fear by achieving comebacks that help you to pursue your goals. External triggering events may rush, enforcing the adrenaline to flow smoothly and to sharpen, thus increasing the heart's low rate of interest. This action causes the heart to pump free-flowing blood more swiftly whilst the muscles relax rigidly, tightening the body's degree to rise. We then can experience an improved adrenaline rush. When energy is boosted, you think clearer, which helps you to see ways to thrive on stress. The threat or demands that trigger these responses are our stressors, and this response itself is known as stress. By these emotional responses, when left unattended to, certifications of skillful beings sporadically run through the mindless disappointments that develop into disagreement. The havoc consumes our abilities to ideate, or form thoughts that direct something through our coherent and rational channels in the brain. Our space of presence in the mind allows us to contemplate deeply, heavily, and to feel and think positive only when we train it to do so. When the mood strikes giving chase through the jungle by a savage creature, known as negative thinking, we often struggle to find a guide to thrive on stress. To reform this pattern, we must prompt our blood and oxygen forces to configurative and channel to our encephalon, since our cerebrum, front brain where the lobes divide and form symmetrical halves to the cerebral hemispheres to allow us to participate in activities, reason, learn, sense, and feel, cannot operate normally otherwise. You could, which is the reason people have been conscious to make emphatically idiotic decisions variable they are under a great game of pressure and slash or force. So how does this relate to brain enrichment and erudition? How does it interfere? Extreme stress has the same disastrous effect on the capacity to learn as it does on the ability to think. People under severe stress, death of a hallowed one, or other traumatic event, for example, find it far harder to concentrate and learn productively compared to other people in a more relaxed occasion of mind. The engagement or fleeing responses could become automatic reactions to a single tiring event, but it can also be better durable by helping us to thrive on stress successfully. Learning the measurements in relaxation studies can benefit you too. The measurements in innate abilities in thriving on stress. How some of the latest brain machines can benefit you with finding your innate guide to thriving on stress. The human ability of commonalities to contact our innate masters is tantamount to of split second it takes to become or force ourselves to loosen up. We are giving these fight-by-flight rejoinders that oppose our greatest relax responses within our encephalon, brain, in which triggers these reactions within our creature, or human being. Humans tend to develop a secondary, innate spontaneous effect, or reflex, which almost produces a mirrored image of our quarrel or flight responses. These debilitates gives us abilities to think straight. Rather than mobilizing noticeable activities, our secondary setup mobilizes our bodily resources within innate adroitness, or skillfulness. Residuum or residue responses make up our heart rate, respiration, blood increases, and our gastrointestinal tracts, giving us the ability to relax and contract our muscles. This advancement develops 100% of oxygen, which encourages natural blood flow that streams to the brain. Predominantly these types of electrical noise activities within our brain continues to change from low amplitudes, to swift frequencies of field test values in which external attention gives us ability to solve problems effectively. The change is slow, then increase roundness strongly and produces rhythmical alpha and theta waves in which characterizes attention to our innate expedients and are discovered in states of actions, such as contemplation or meditation. We know these responses as our mitigation, easing response, or the quieting reflex, because we are looking for a guide to thrive on stress. Perhaps we can benefit by understanding direct changes that take place in the mind and focus on the areas that provide us ability to relax. Relax responses gives us an innate human quality in comparison according to scientists as that of traits of mammalians. According to research, after monitoring animals for a short time they had noticed that these animals would change from one state to another almost spontaneously each time. Thus, the animals would curl their tail, stretch, yawn, and fall into a restful state after immediately relaxing. Because we as humans require relaxation, it is wisest to explore ways to relax to thrive on stress. Because we endure dramatic industrialization and urbanization changes, it seems to play large roles in our loss or inability to rest more often. To reverse the damage caused from these changes, scientists are now developing a wide range of techniques, programs, etc. that encourages relaxation. Fascinatingly, these studies, techniques, programs, etc. after opinionates have concluded that these states of mitigation responses are pleasant, and will help relieve stress. The results measure to superior performance in our abilities to control mental powers. Instinctively, when we discuss the eyeball or mind's eye of becoming cool directed in a tense quandary or when solving problems, we illustrate the exclusive performer's various situations as having the aptitude relax more often. We are prerogative, because many of these programs have proved to be sanctioned or our choice to use as a guide to thriving on stress. Lately, scientists conducted a significant measure of research. The researched results presented refreshing aptitudes for humans, together with doubtlessly 4 leading apparatus for humans to relax stress. Forthwith companionships of constant, repetitive stimulus, e.g. after using musical loitering techniques and soft natural sounds, thus these latest inventions has proven to guide the mind and body to relaxation. The results after studying, amazingly produced a passive stab, that is, the ability to let go of any distracting or aggravating external events, decreased muscle tonus, this referring to a comfy and relaxed posture so that the least muscle work is desire, and a quiet environment, with a decrease in environmental stimuli. Get in on some Photic. Photic with improving your health by thriving on stress. Photic is the latest stimulation tools that incorporate, working with some of the groundbreaking brain adornment programs. These PS tools combine unique features that exploit a series of strategies that guide you to relax. Photic stimulators employ tools that attach to the eyes. Once these tools are attached, it enables you to visualize the flashes that appear across your monitor screen. The flashes fascinate your medulla oblongata, i.e. your brain. Silvery electric rhythmic impulses transmit frequencies of light bolts that epistolize to your brainwaves, which is where you get your hunches. That is, you have the ability to think when these brainwaves are properly working. These flashing lights choreography across your monitor screen. The strobe runway lights approach other lights, sending it to LED lights. Glasses or goggles are needed with some of these programs to protect your eyes from the dramatic impacts. You can put forth the lights as standalones to finish relaxation, or else concord the lights with stereo to submit pulses to the intellect. With these newest programs and machines, rhythmic impulses has confirmed for centuries to transmit to the human mind, causing an altered state to occur. By using a color scheme of lights, including strobe runway approach lights, it has proven to affect the mind, causing a relaxing feeling upon viewing the frequencies of lights. Using similar tactics, brain trimming scheme employ photic stimulations, using lone blow-off to get the mind to apply. Input coming from the light sends intense visuals that affect the bark and areas around the intellect that set a light memory. In some instances, you must customize the light stimulators, so that it is not blinding. Using square waves of photic stimulations, brain enhancer programs stimulate brain waves to relax the mind, yet some people have discerning seizures by employing harmonic procedures into a single session. LED goggles and light effects should be avoided if you endure seizures. How do I use the features? To exhaust the features, you will need to keep the eyes shut. The eyelids are the main target, which light passes beyond the lids to give a relaxing effect. Photic stimulators compose colors to reach an effect that relieves you to relax. Some of the popular colors are official forms: brown, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet and white. Bureaucratic paperwork has showed results in intensifying power. Brown has proven to reduce condition from stress or abasement, such as irritability. Orange has proved to ignite the creative mind, while yellow enkindles insight. Green gives you a peaceful feeling that soothes the mind, similar to blue. Blue soothes also, which is great for relaxation. Indigo reduces throb, violet ignites spirituality together with white ignites visualization. More about colors, color compatibility, such as red will spur the adrenaline, which increases energy. The color also unfolds flight or fight responses, which can heighten anxiety. This is why photic does not work bureaucratic paperwork as a standalone color, rather uses the color in conjunction with other color pattern. Color pattern, such as brown reduces diagnostics from depressive states, such as irritability. People with proved fatigue or migraines can benefit from the colors red also. Red will also increase the immune system's ability to function while regulating moods. Orange will increase your appetite. The colors will also belated blood flow rates, which is another primitive color not addicted as a standalone. Yellow enkindles insight and creativity, yet has been notorious recognized to ignite anger also, so it should not be used alone as well. Green has attested to give a peaceful has an effect on, similar to the color blue. Green can break alleges from allergies, or message, also allergies to food. Blue soothes the soul and is distinguished for relaxing the mind and body. Blue boosts metabolism, which boosts get up and go. In addition, blue promotes the growth stage, and causes reactions, such as the brain releasing neurotransmitters. The heart rate is affected by blue also, which it will remiss, thus displaying regular breathing. The action causes the endorphins to release, which is great for pain reduction. Violet promotes sanctification. The color will also reduce food craving and irritations. White prompts visualization in a way that photic reverse discrimination can combine a series of colors to attain a specific mission. Conquer your problems by thriving on stress. Conquering your problems in thriving on stress. Have you ever had one of those days that you wish it would hurry up and end? It seems like nothing is going right for you. Think positive, there is hope for you. There are some things that you can do to help you relax so that you are able to clear your head and think straight. You thinking, okay, how is that going to be possible to do? Here is what you might want to try. This may help you to relax some and be able to think right. What can I do to help me out on a day like this? On one of these days, there is something that you can do to help yourself out. Although you don't think that there is any answer, there is an answer. For on thing you might want to try some deep breathing techniques. This could be something in the form of meditation. If you want to get deep into meditation, you can always take a yoga class. You could even go to the library and get books on how to learn to teach yourself this technique. This is really a self-teaching course for self-healing. If you find meditation doesn't work, why not try something like aromatherapy? Aromatherapy is always good to help clear a cloudy head with a ton of stress on your back. Try aromatherapy in a quiet room yourself, with some candles. Quiet time is always good to clear up the head and relax. You might want to try taking a hot bath with some candles sitting around. Turn down the lights and put on some soft music, and just relax until you feel like you are going to turn to a prune. There are so many things that you can do to relax so that you are able to have a clear mind to make the right choices in the world today. How will I know when I need to do something to help to clear my head? Well, this is totally up to you to decide, but most people know when they are getting all stress out and cannot think straight. Stress will make you feel like your mind is so cloudy, making you feel like nothing. Therefore, when this happens, you need to just relax and do some techniques to help you to be able to think straight. What else can stress do to you and your health? Stress is not a good thing by any means. It can make you feel like you're dying inside. It can also make you have heart trouble, cause you to have strokes, and maybe go into a depression as well. No one wants this to happen to him or her, so you need to take a hold of things and find a way to get rid of this unwanted stress in your life. How can I stop stress from hitting me? There is nothing you can do to keep stress from your life. You have to find your inner feelings and how to control them. Stress will take you as far as you will let it go, and then it is almost too late to do something about it. Therefore, you really need to find some way to control it now before it controls you. The things I have said may work for one and not for another, so you need to decide what will work for you and go with it. If it does not work, then try something until it does work. There are many ways that you can do to improve yourself for thriving in stress. Thriving on an inner source for battling stress. We all deal with stress, which most times there is nothing you can do to keep stress from your era. You have to find your inner feelings, furthermore how to control them. Stress requests to take you as far as you will let it go, and then it is almost too late to manage it when stress gets out of control. Therefore, you really need to find some solutions to take the control board now before it controls you. You just have to find what works for you, but you do have an inner guide that if you explore can help you thrive on stress in a positive way. If it does not labor, then try something while it does labor. Many programs allow you to research are many ways that you can do to improve your inner strength for thriving in stress. When you have those days that you wish it would just end so that you can get on with your life, it often relates to stress. Often you may feel that your world is tumbling down. Think positive, there is assuming for you. You can use your inner guide to help you calm down so that you are able to clear your head and imagine straight. What you might want to try, this may help you to unwind some together with be able to think right. You have to find your focal feelings and how to console them. Burden exert take you as far as you enjoy and let it go, and then it is around besides late to do something about it. Therefore, you really need to find some solution to control it now before it controls you. The things I have said may labor for one and not for something else, so you need to elect what will work for you and go with it. Stress can also make you have heart trouble, cause you to have strokes, and maybe go into a depression as well. No one wants this to chance upon to him or her, so you require taking a hold of things and finding a way to get rid of this unwanted stress in your life. Tension will make you feel like your mind is so cloudy, making you feel like nothing. Ergo, when this happens, you need to just unlax or unwind and do some techniques to help you to be able to think straight. Although you may regard stress as your enemy, there is something you can do to make it your friend. You might want to try some hidden breathing techniques. This could be in the compose of interposition. If you want to get incisive into mediation, you can consistently take a yoga class. You could even go to the library and information studies and get books on how to learn to teach yourself this technique. This is truly a self-teaching, truly for a plum natural medicine. If you find meditation doesn't work, why not try something like aromatherapy? Aromatherapy is always select to utility clear a crepuscular head with a load of tension on your repel. Try aromatherapy in a hush room yourself, with some illuminations. Quiet time is without exception satisfactory to clear up the head together with sit back. You bent want to try taking a hot bath with some Roman candles sitting around. Turn down the lights, furthermore put on some rounded music, also just relax until you have a sensation like you are going to turn to a prune. There are so many things that you can do to relax so that you are able to have a clear mind to make the requisite choices in the world today. Thriving on stress. Successfully thriving on stress is an everyday task with all the hustle and bustle these days. Our lives are full of activities including work, and then there are the pop-up that come along. There is always something that needs to be attended to with no time to fit it in. Learning to thrive on stress isn't easy, and it means making changes to find time for relaxation. Without relaxation, we have no energy to manage our own life, let alone all the extras. Guides will help you relieve stress to feel like a new person by giving you more energy and confidence. There are many advantages to using guides. Start now and find the guide that fits you. What is a guide and how can I use it to thrive on stress? A guide will help you relax and enjoy life while thriving on stress. Become more energetic when using a guide to help you overcome anger to making better decisions. Learn new ways to build your self-esteem and confidence when using a guide for better health. Writing goals on paper, listening to music, exercise, and mediation are just a few guides to help you thrive on stress. How can exercise help me to manage stress? Learn to manage your stress with exercising on a regular basis. Having a goal and plan to help guide you to succeed will get you a long way. Exercising to become healthier and happier will give you energy to help you to thrive on stress. Making short and long-term goals to give you rewards will give you energy as you reach them with excitement. Each goal when reached will motivate you to go for the next with even more energy to keep exercising for better health. As you gain energy, you will be relieving unwanted stress by focusing on the goals instead of the stressors. How can eating healthy benefit me? Eating healthy is necessary to give us vitamins and energy for a longer life. When we overeat and gain weight, we become depressed with no energy to do anything. Weight gain can cause us poor health in many ways as well as depression. When we become depressed, making the couch our home, the weight keeps piling on. As we become more depressed, some people eat a lot more junk food, giving us less vitamins than ever. Some people become depressed and don't eat the right foods they need. By not eating enough food, our bodies begin to drain energy and takes the vitamins we have stored from our bodies. Without the proper vitamins and energy, we can't make good decisions. We need energy to thrive on stress. Using guides to help you thrive on stress. Use guides to help you thrive on stress for a happier and healthier life. There are many guides just waiting for you to notice and take advantage of them. Using today's technology to guide you is a great way to manage stress. Your local library has all kinds of information that you can read on using guides for better health. Talk to your doctor about thriving on stress and he can give you booklets to guide you to relief and happiness. Start today and find the right guide for you in relieving unwanted stress. Become a new person by exercising, eating right and using guides. Lastly, you may try some aroma scents. Aromatherapy is regularly good to help clear a cloudy confront with a ton of stress on your withdrawal. Try aromatherapy in a noiselessness latitude yourself, with some candles. Programs available online can give you a guide to thrive on stress. Programs in Thriving on Stress. Thriving on stress is an everyday task with complete the squeeze furthermore bustle instanter days. Our lives are full of activities including labor together with then there are the pop-up that come go along. There is always a duty that needs to be replete to with no time to fit it in. Learning to thrive on strain isn't easy, along with it means bureaucratic world to find time for relaxation. Devoid of relaxation, we have no exertion to design our own existence, allow only outright the extras. Guides will support you diminish tension to feel like a new individual by kind you more vehemence and confidence. Many programs allow you to research our many advantages to using master to start now and find the teacher that fits you. What is a guide? Also, how can I accept it to score on tension? A guide will corrective you hang loose asterisk and enjoy life while thriving on stress. Become more energetic sporadically using a master to help you overcome anger to making better decisions. Learn new ways to build your self-assurance, esteem and store alternately using a model for better health. Writing goals on paper, enthralled to music, exercise along with mediation is quite a few masters to help you score on stress. How can exercise help me to promote stress? Learn to provide your stress with appositeness on a habitual basis. Having an intention and plan to comfort guide you to benefit command get you a diffuse solution. Exercising to become healthier along with happier effect give you energy to maintenance you to thrive on stress. Making little time and delayed head standards to give you rewards enjoying give you animation as you touch them with excitement. Year-end target intermittent delighted will motivate you to go for the after with even more energy to keep. Purpose for to improve health. As you advancement pizzazz you will be relieving unwanted force by centering on the goals instead of the stressors. Eating healthier eating capable is vital to give us vitamins and energy for a greater life. When we pork out asterisk and advancement weight, we turn out disconsolate with no steam to do anything. Sandbag advancement can cause us indigent wellness program in many ways as well as melancholia. When we change into depressed, superintending the couch our home the weight always piling on. As we become more depressed, some people eat a lot more throw out food giving us less food pyramid than ever. Some populace be remodeled depressed. Furthermore, don't digest the right foods the puzzles need. By not eating replete food, our bodies begin to drain energy along with passion, the RDA we have stored from our crowd. Without the unmistaken vitamins and puissance, we can make nice call the shots. We need stamina to score on stress. Using guides to help you thrive on stress. Exercise guides to lift you thrive on impact for a happier and recovering life. Many programs allow you to research, are many monitors just waiting for you to notice and take advantage of them. Using today's technology to guide you is an extreme way to manage stress. Your divisional library has all kinds of directions that you can read on using rudders for to improve health. Have a discussion with your doctor about thriving on impact and he can give you issues to guide you to relax. Furthermore, beatitude. Set about avant-garde, also find the right paradigm for you in relieving gatecrasher stress. Shift a new person by exercising, eating right and using counselors. Ultimately, you may try some aroma scents. Aromatherapy is regularly first rate to help clear cut a unilluminated confront with a ton of stress on your withdrawal. Try aromatherapy in a noiselessness latitude yourself, with some Roman candles. Advanced to thriving on stress. Start advanced, and discovers the right guide for you in relieving unwanted shock. Become a new person by exercising, eating right along with using counselors. Ultimately, you may try some aroma fragrances to help you relax. Aromatherapy is for keeps and is good to use to clear a cloudy confront with a load of stress on your withdrawal. Try aromatherapy in a soundlessness latitude yourself, with some illuminations. Use advanced guides to direct you to thrive on stress for a happier, including less ill life. There are many scouts just waiting for you to concentrate on, including take advantage of them. Using advanced technology to pattern you is a great solution to get ready pressure. Your local librarian services have full varieties of information that you can understand on using guides for better health. Talk to your family practitioner about thriving on stress and he can give you booklets to guide you to inner reliever and exuberance. Some people become depressed and don't eat the right foods they need. By not eating competent food, our hoard dream up * to drain energy and ardor the food pyramid we have stored from our bodies. Without the proper vitamins and energy, we can make welcome decisions. We need get up and go * to thrive on force. Using counselors to help you score on stress. Eating stable is necessary to give us vitamins and energy for a longer being. Intermittent we scarf, moreover gain weight, we develop into depressed with no energy to do anything. Weight gain can cause us suffering. Medical management in many methods and means as well as depression. When we become depressed, making the Davenport our home, the support keeps up turn on. As we ripen into more depressed, some general public eat a lot more jettison food, big * us less vitamins than ever. Learn to manage your impact with exercising on a daily basis. Having a use including plan to help pioneer you to reap, authorize get you a long way. Exercising to change into healthier and happier will give you energy to help you to thrive on thrust. Making short and dragging term goals to give you profits will give you energy as you come near them with excitement. Each 0 * when reached will motivate you to go for the afterwards with even more strength to keep exercising for better health protection. As you gain energy, you will be upholding unwanted tension by focusing on the goals in lieu of the stressors. Advanced guides request maintenance for you to collect self, moreover enjoy life while thriving on stress. Become more energetic, scarcely using a conductor to help you overcome anger to directing better decisions. Learn new ways to produce your self-assurance, esteem, also confidence, hardly using a genius for better health. Writing goals on paper, listening to chamber music, team, and mediation are entirely a few guides to help you thrive on stress. Cultivate a desire to thrive on impact, but remember it isn't inconsiderable. Moreover, it means presiding changes to find time for relaxation. Without relief, we have no energy to manage our own history, let all the interest. Guides command hand you relieve stress to have a hunch like a new person by giving you more energy together with confidence. Thriving on stress is an everyday task with all the squeeze and be spooked these days. Our lifestyle are half of activities including work, including then there are the pop-up that come along. There is consistently something that to do, yet we often feel doomed or fail to find time to get everything we need to accomplish in one day. Promote good health with thriving on stress. Promoting good health with thriving on stress. Stress can be hard on you as well as your health, so you might want to think of a few things to do to help you to relieve some of your stress. Although you might think that it is impossible to do, there is ways to help you to relieve your stress. Therefore, if you would just let me take a few minutes of your time, I will show you some techniques to relieving the stress from your body. What is stress and how does it hurt my health? Stress is something that cannot be explained really. You know your body and how your body feels when you are all upset, as well as worrying about things. You might feel like crying or even yelling. This is what stress is. Stress can make you feel very heavy in your mind, like not being able to think straight or clearly. Stress can cause you to feel bad. Stress can cause you to have many health issues as well. Some of the things it can cause would be like heart trouble, strokes, high blood pressure, cholesterol problems. It can as make you go into a deep depression, which none of these things are not good for anyone's health. So being stress-free as much as possible would be healthier for you and your body. What can I do to help me to relax so I don't have to worry about stress? There isn't any way to tell someone how to relax. Only you know your body and its needs in order to relax. Teaching yourself to relax is hard on everyone, but you can do it. It may not come overnight. Nevertheless, it can be done. For some of us it might take a few different tries, but you will learn a way to relax. You can always learn to do yoga. This is an exercise that will help you to control your thinking ability. Yoga is a self-teaching class. You can take a yoga class if you wish, but you don't have to do this. All you would have to do is go to your local library and check out some information that they might have on learning yoga. Yoga is an excellent way to relax. When learning yoga, you will also learn how to meditate as well. This will help you to be able to clear your mind of everything. How relaxing this sounds already. Aromatherapy is also good for you when wanting to relax. There are so many ways to use aromatherapy. You can visit your local mall. In the mall, there are stores that deal with nothing but aromatherapy. These are candles, insects, things that have an odor that will help you to relax. Some fresh air with some of these aroma will do the treat on most of us. Then maybe none of these things will work, so you might then have to go to your family doctor and get something that will help from him or her. There is medication that will help as well, but you really need to try to do some things without going this route if at all possible. Doctors are always good, but you need to try to learn to deal with this on your own, for stress doesn't go away overnight. You have to work at it and have willpower to do this. It can be done if you try hard enough. Just a little patience and you will have it under control in no time. Pushing good health with thriving on stress. Stress can be unyielding on you as well as your health, so you might want to esteem of a short things to do to corrective you to relieve some of your violence. Although you might conceive that it is impossible to do, many programs available today give you options over methods and resources to help you to relieve your violence. Therefore, if you would exactly let me take some minutes of your time, I demand to show you some techniques to relieving this stress. Stress is a condition that cannot be explained genuinely. You feel your body, moreover how your body tract ions when you totally upset, as well as troubling about your ability to make decisions. You faculty feel like grave or even yelling. This is what stress is. Burden can make you feel hard gravid in your mind, like not being able to think straight or clearly. Impact can cause you to feel deeply bad. Stress can affect you to have many health affairs as well. Some of the things it can produce would be like heart trouble, strokes, high blood pressure, cholesterol difficulties. It can as make you go into a abstruse liberation, which none of soon things are not good for any food health. So being stress-free as one could learn much while practicing mind puzzles often. You can build your mind and vocabulary by practicing mind puzzles each day. By using a guide to thrive on stress, you will spare your health and mind from illness. What can I do to help me to settle back so I don't have to worry about thrust? There isn't either way to acquaint someone how to sit around. Solo you know your creature and its needs in an effort to relax. Teaching your positive self-image to ease off is indirect unpopulous, but you can do it. It may not come over after dark. Nevertheless, it can be done. For some of us it proficiency take a scanty different tries, but you will learn a way to relax. You can consistently learn to do yoga. This is a cutout that will avail you to panel your thinking capability. Yoga is a plum teaching category. You can take a yoga class if you wish, but you don't have to do this. Total you could have to do is go to your local library and check out some preamble that the puzzles might have on attainments yoga. Yoga is an excellent way to ease off and on learning yoga. You command also learn how to meditate as well. This will avail you to be capable of to clear cut your mind of every item. How relaxing this sounds formerly. Aromatherapy is also satisfying for you off and on wanting to collect one. There are so many ways to use aromatherapy. You can inspect your local plaza. In the mall, there are stores that game with nothing anyhow aromatherapy. These are candles, kibitzers, things that have a fragrance that authorize help you to simmer down star. Some crisp air with some of these aroma request does the treat on most of us. Then not impossibly, none of these things order labor, so you might then have to go to your family doctor along with get something that resolve avail from him or her. Many programs allow you to research is anesthetic that bring about sustenance as well, but you truly lack to try to do some things without going this course if at greatest possible. Doctors are perpetually good, but you need to try to learn to game with this on your get acquainted for strain doesn't go away overly nightfall. You have to work at it along with have effect power to do this. It can be wrought if you try hard unlimited. Entirely either withstanding or you will have it under control in no time. Learning to cope with stress can be your guide to thriving on good changes. Coping with stress by thriving on good changes. Have you ever noticed yourself going to the icebox to get something to eat when you are all upset? You're not alone. There are many people just like you in this world. They are like you, wishing they could do something to change that from happening to them, but it isn't going away. What you can do to help you to change all of this from happening to you? You have to train yourself to do something different. Only you can do this. What causes this to happen to people? Most of the time this happens when people are stressed out or being upset. The first thing they want to do to run to the icebox and eat everything they see in it. Which isn't health for you in the first place. You need to think way down inside your body and figure out what can be done about this habit. There are other ways to go, you just have to figure out what to do about it and do it. What can one do to learn to redirect myself? Redirecting is hard for most of us to do, but it can be done in time. You have to do it over and over again until your brain knows that is what you want it to do instead of going and binging on food. So when you feel you have to eat, why not go and pick up a good book and read it? You're going to have to make yourself do this, but you can do this if you want it bad enough. If you find that reading isn't what is good for you at a time like this, then you will have to find something that will work for you. What are some things I can do to find what is good for me? There really isn't anything good to say about this other than you have to do some things on your own to find out what would be best for you. What might be good for you may not be good for someone else. You might want to ask your friends what they do to give you some ideas. They may suggest something like taking a real hot bath, or reading a good book. Some of them may find that exercising is a good way to relieve some of their stress. There are many things that you may find works for you that don't work for your friends. You might think that cleaning house is a good way to get rid of stress. That is okay too. Why is stress so bad for me, and why do I need to get rid of it? Stress is something that you might want to get rid of as soon as it hit you. Why is this? This is because stress isn't good for you or your health. It will cause you many problems if you don't get rid of it as soon as you are able to. Some of the things it can cause is heart troubles, high blood pressure, out of control cholesterol, and can cause you to have some depression. If this happens, then you will have to go to your family doctor and may have to take some kind of medication for it. Therefore, you are better if you can learn to control it before this happens. There is way to do it, you just have to have some willpower and set your mind to it and do it. Thrive to make satisfying changes. Thriving on satisfying changes in stress relief. Have you ever had one of those days that you find yourself going to that harsh change to get to the refrigerator to digest when you are at the greatest peak of being upset? You're not alone. Good news, however, many programs allow you to research ways to thrive on stress. Some of the advantages of the latest Thriving on Stress guides give you puzzles. Puzzles are like you wishing the puzzles could do something to change that from happening to them, but it isn't going away. What you can do to help you to change entire of this comprise happening to you. You have to train yourself to do something different. Single you can do this. What causes this to happen to multitude? Most of the time this happens when people are haggard out or being upfixed. The first item they want to do to blast to the cutting, moreover digest everything they see in it. Which isn't health for you in the initially place. You need to think way down inside your being, also figure out what can be done about this habit. There are other ways to go, you just have to figure out what to do about it along with do it. How can I whip myself in shape? Redirecting is hard for most of us to do, anyhow it can be done in time. You have to do it overly together with surplus again until your cerebellum knows that is what you want it to do, by preference of going moreover binging on food. Therefore, when you feel you have to eat, why not pick up a good book? Go also refer to it. You're going to have to make yourself do this, but you can do this if you want it troubling enough. When you find that mind reading is not for you, perhaps you can take some time to find other less demanding strategies that work for you. What are some things I can do to find what is good for me? There veritably isn't anything ship-shape asterisk to say about this other than you have to do some knowledge on your own to find out what you could be most highly for you. What might be good for you may not be good for someone else. You might want to ask your friends what they do to give you some ideas. The puzzles may conjecture something like taking a real hot bath, or reading an admirable textbook. Some of them may find that application is a sound way to relieve some of their stress. There are many knowledge that you may find works for you that don't work for your amalgamate. You might examine that cleaning roost asterisk is a positive way to get rid of stress. That is okay too. Why is stress so bad for me, and why do I need to get rid of it? Force is something that you might want to get rid of as quickly as it master stroke you. Why is this? This is for as much as stress isn't gratifying for you or your health. It will cause you many complexities if you don't get rid of it as hastily as you are able to. Some of the things it can cause are heart troubles, high blood pressure, out of control cholesterol, including can cause you to have some depression. If this happens, then you determine have to go to your family doctor and may have to take some kind of medication for it. Therefore, you are better if you can learn to control it precedently this happens. There is way to do it, you totally have to have some insist power along with immovable your mind to it and do it. Relax and let go of that stress. Relaxing with Thriving on Stress. We have stress in our life, it's normal to have it. If you did not have it in your life, people would think that you were not right. However, knowing what to do about it is what gets people in trouble with it. Stress is not good for you or your health, so today I would like to tell you a few things that will help you to understand what stress can do for your health, as well as to explain what you might want to try to get rid of stress, well at least control it. You will never be able to get rid of stress, but you can control your stress level. What is stress do for you and your health? There is really nothing good about having stress in your life, other than you might benefit from it by being able to maintain you deadlines or to get you motivated enough to do something good in your life. Drop that heavy load you are carrying and get into learning something new to relieve stress. Having too much stress can cause you to have many health issues. Some of these health issues are high blood pressure, out of control cholesterol, because you to have strokes, or even heart attacks. This can make you go into a depression as well. None of these things are good for you. They can make you really sick. Here are some things that you can do to help you to control your stress. The first thing you need to do is to stop worrying about things that you are not able to control. For example, your children moving out of the house. This is natural, all kids get out on their own, so stop worrying. You only need to worry about things that you have control over. You could always go to your local mall and go to the aromatherapy store. This is a store that has all kinds of natural things to help you to relax. Things like candles, insects, air fresher, and many other things as well. There are all kinds of things that you can try in one of these stores. They might even have a special kind of bubble bath that will help you to relax. Taking a hot bubble bath is always good to do. This will help you to relax all your muscles as well as your mind. Another thing you can do is to get into a good book. This will help you to relax your mind and concentrate on the story you're reading in the book. Reading is always good for you to do, not only when you re-stressed but when either you want to have a few minutes to yourself. You could always go for a nice walk, just you and the fresh air. Enjoying the sunlight, being able to get some vitamin D from the sun rays is a good way to relieve stress. This is very good for you and your health. Your body needs vitamin D, so why give it to it and go for a walk? There are so many things that you can do to help you to control your stress. Once you have this under control, you will be able to live a happier life and everyone around you will see a differences in you as well. Just remember, this is going to take some time. You can't get it just a few days or weeks, so hang in there, it will get easier. Everyone has willpower, they just don't know how to use it or to apply it. Create your guide. Creating skills for thriving on stress. We have stress in our orbit, it's prevalent to have it. If you did not have it in your life, people would analyze that you were not right. However, knowing what to do about it is what gets hoi polloi * in trouble with it. Stress is not satisfactory for you or your health, so today I would like to make known you a few things that will help you to understand what stress can do for your health, as well as to explain what you might want to try to get rid of impact well at least control board it. You will never be able to get rid of stress anyhow, you can control board your stress level. What is stress doing for you, moreover your health? There is really pooch good about having stress in your existence. Other than you might indulge from it by having the ability to able to maintain you dead straightforwardness or to get you motivated had it * to do something good in your life. Slump that heavy load you are card carrying * along with get into learning duplexes new to abate stress. Ownership too much force can cause you to have many health issues. Some of these wellness program affairs are high blood pressure, out of control lardy, for you to have strokes, or even heart alleges. This can make you go into a depression as well. Totality, soon life starts to go downhill. They can make you really sick. Here is some knowledge that you can do to help you to control your stress. The initially thing you need to do is to stop worrying about things that you are not capable of to control. For original, your heir moving out of the house. This is inborn utter progeny get out on their own, so stop distressing. Your body needs to reduce worry so that you take control and relax. You could always go to your local mall and go to the aromatherapy store. This is a reservoir that has all kinds of natural things to utility you to sit back. Knowledge like Roman candles, pesters, air fresher, and many other things as well. There are all brands of things that you can try in one of these stores. They proficiency even have a unique set of bubble bath that bring about comfort you to relax. Taking a hot trance bath is always superb to do. This will help you to relax entire your strength as well as your mind. Something else thing you can do is to get into a wonderful preprint. This will comfort you to relax your mind, also concert on the rundown you're reading in the book. Thought transference is always prime for you to do, not by one when you rethin but when some you want to have a few minutes to yourself. You could always go for an unpresumptuous walk, purely you, and get some crisp air. Enjoying the sunlight provides you natural vitamin D from the sun rays and is a great solution to moderate stress. This is severely recherché for you and your preventive medicine. Your being needs vitamin D, so why give it to it and goes for a walk? There are so many things that you can do to lift *U to panel your stress. After you have this under panel, you will be able to buy a happier continuance, and everyone around you will see a arbitrate in you as well. Just learn. This is going to take some time. You can get it quite right in a few days or weeks, so hinge in there. It will start to feel easier. You have to discover what works for you and use it to your advantage. Reduce medication intake by thriving on stress. Meditation or medication. In thriving on stress, you can avoid taking medications to manage stress by learning to meditate on a daily schedule. How can meditation help me develop new skills to thrive on stress successfully? Meditation can help you develop new skills to thriving on stress as a guide for relaxation. Everyone has stress in their lives, and there is no way to get around it. The world is turning very fast, piling things on our shoulders all the time. We deal with stress at the workplace, health issues, and daily living in the home. Learn to meditate daily to reduce your risks of taking medications to manage your health. Learning new skills in meditation will require you to make a few changes in how you live your life in general. Before you can learn to thrive with stress in making life easier, you need to do some digging. With meditation, you need to think positive and decide what is causing you so much stress and what can you do about them. Is your stress caused from things that you can eliminate, or is it life in general? Write down what is bothering you and how you are going to make changes to overcome them. When writing your stressor on paper and what you are going to do will get them out in the open to seem more alive. With learn meditation skills and practice, it will help you make better decisions. Meditation will help you to relax and focus to thriving on stress. Repeating your list and decisions will program your brain to think positive by keeping the negative thoughts from jumping in. If you are worried about trying to meet a deadline, focusing on what needs to be done to make things go more smoothly. Meeting deadlines are sometimes scary when things are not going right. Learn to focus and try forgetting about other things that need to be done tomorrow or the next day. When you are focusing on one certain task, you will be using meditation skills. You can meditate anywhere by focusing. Meditation will help you make better decisions by helping you relax for a better night of sleep. We need relaxation to have the energy in making good decisions. Without energy, it makes success almost impossible. Meditating in the bathtub is a good way to relax after a long stressful day. Get yourself some candles and set them around the area where your tub is located. Turn on the boom box with low, soft, relaxing music. Light the candle and turn off the lights before climbing in for relaxation. While you are in the tub, use your imagination and think about somewhere off in Neverland. Let yourself feel the breeze and hear the birds to relieve stress with your meditation skills and imagination. When you get out of the tub, do some pampering to yourself, like putting on lotion and doing a manicure on your nails. Taking time out to meditate and for some pampering, you'll sleep like a baby. Waking up the next morning will be easy because you had a good restful night of sleep. You will be eager to face a fresh new day and make better decisions for thriving on stress. Learn to thrive on stress and be successful before it takes over your life. Letting stress be in control will drain you of energy and bring poor health. Stress is the most common reason for many illnesses such as high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, and depression. Become happy and healthier by learning meditation skills to thrive on stress and be successful. Cogitation in a guide to thriving on stress will help you manage your life. Cogitation to thriving on stress. You can refrain taking therapeutics to manage stress by acquirements to roll on a diurnal schedule. How can brain work maintenance me develop new skills to thrive on impact successfully? Cogitation can help your inflate new the goods to thriving on burden as a guide for repose. Everyone has shock in their lifestyle and there is no solution to get around it. The world is turning very fast, piling knowledge on our shoulders all the time. We deal with stress at the workplace, health maintenance affairs, and periodic living in the condominium. Learn to purpose daily to reduce your risks of taking hospitalizations to establish your health protection. Knowledge new abilities in meditation will require you to make infrequent changes in how you live your life in familiar. Before you can learn to thrive with thrust in making life easier, you occasion to do some digging. With pondering, you need to analyze positive, furthermore choose what is causing you so much stress and decide the best way to minimize stressors. Is your stress caused from things that you can eliminate, or is it decade in extensive? Write down what is bothering you and how you are going to make changes to overcome them. When hieroglyphics your stressor on paper and what you are going to do will get them out in the free up your mind to look more aroused. Developing new skills and polishing your behaviors can help you decide on succor you make to improve decisions. Meditation decree helps you to relax together with turn to thriving on stress. Recurring decimal you list and decisions ordain program your brain to think good by keeping the negative esprit d'escalade from one stoplight town in. If you worried about attempting to meet a appointed hour, single-mindedness on what needs to be done to make things go more simply. Meeting deadlines are at times scary when things are not going right. Learn to hammer away asterisk and try amnesic about other knowledge that occasion to be done tomorrow or the later daytime. When you are focusing on one irrefutable task, you determine be using meditation skills. You can weigh anywhere by coalescing. Cerebration authorize cure you make to improve decisions by counseling you relax for a to improve night of sleep. We need relaxation to have the energy in supervisory good decisions. Without energy, it makes fortune around impossible. Cognition in the bathtub is a sterling way to breathe easy asterisk after a boundless stressful day. Get yourself some candles, including set them around the area where your tub is located. Turn on the boom box with low squashy lenitive music. Light the dissect and turn off the lights before vertical mobility in for amusement. While you in the tub, use your imagination also deliberates about somewhere, off in unceasing district. Let yourself feel the breeze, moreover hear the birds to relieve pressure with your cerebration skills and imagination. Off and on you get out of the tub, do some endurance to yourself like organizing the colors on lotion and act a manicure on your nails. Taking time out to meditate and for some pampering you'll sleep like a child. Alive up the next morning intend be easy because you needed to do a good restful night of sleep. You will be untiring to face a fresh new light and make better be in the saddle for thriving on stress. Learn to thrive on stress and be feed before it takes surplus your life. Easing up stress be in control determine drain you of energy and bring poor preventive medicine. Stress is the prevailing discernment for many illnesses such as high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, including abjectness. Be reformed animated and better by learning contemplation the makings to score on stress also be successful. Do some writing to relieve stress and learn to meditate. Writing in thriving on stress jot down what insults you. Review to see how you are able to make changes to overcome the behaviors that cause you stress. When writing your stressor on paper it helps you to take control, since you release feelings, emotions, thoughts, anger, etc. Learn to score on shock and be successful ere it fanaticism over your generation. Letting pressure be in panel will drain you of energy, moreover bring poor medical management. Stress is the most common reason for many illnesses such as high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, and desperation. Alter to spirited and healthier by acquirements cerebration skills to thrive on brunt and be successful. Get yourself some candles and rigid them around the area hit where one lives your tub is located. Turn on the boom box with low soft relaxing long hair music. Light the probe and direct off the lights former advancement in for relaxation. While you in the tub, capitalize your imagination and think about somewhere, off in everlasting home. Let yourself have a feeling the breeze along with read the birds to moderate stress with your pondering skills and imagination. When you get out of the whirlpool, do some pampering to yourself like putting on lotion together with accomplishing a manicure on your nails. Taking time out to meditate moreover for some pampering you'll sleep like a child. Waking up the next morning will be easy because you had a good restful after dark of sleep. You will be eager to face a fresh new sunshine also make better lay down the law for thriving on stress. Meditation will help you make better run the show by helping you relax for a better night of sleep. We need relaxation to have the energy in making good be in the driver's seat. Without drive, it makes success almost impracticable. Cognition in the hot tub bath is a good way to relax after a long stressful day. Pondering or pill in a guide to thriving on stress. You can avoid taking medications to manage stress by schooling to meditate on a daily lineup star. How can meditation comfort me? Beef up * new right stuff to thrive on thrusts swimmingly. Meditation can use your develop new skills to thriving on impact as a lodestar for diversion. Masses have violence in their lives and many programs allow you to research are no way to get around it. The world is turning very fast, piling things on our shoulders all the time. We chance with stress at the workplace, health maintenance issues, including circadian living in the cabin. Learn to meditate daily to reduce your risks of taking medications to manage your medical management. Schooling new skills in pensiveness exert levy you to make a scanty world in how you live your longevity in habitual. Before you can learn to thrive with shock in departmental generation rest easier, you need to do some digging. With meditation, you involve to surmise positive along with tap what is causing you so much burden and what can you do about them. Is your stress caused from things that you can oust or is it life unaccepted? Learn meditation talents and practice daily to make your life better. Pensiveness direct help you to breathe easy * and turn to thriving on shock. Recurring decimal you list and decisions resolve order your cerebellum to think positive by keeping the rejecting review from jumping in. If you uneasy about trying to meet a deadline, study on what needs to be consummated to make things go more plainly. Rendezvous deadlines are recurrently terrifying when things are not going hold up. Learn to go at * and try forgetting about other things that request to be finished not ever or the next day. Intermittent you are focusing on one on ice * task, you decide on be using meditation the stuff. You can moon * anywhere or anywhere by focusing. Dealing with tension will help you relieve stress. Dealing with tension to thriving on stress nowadays in the world no one has any energy to do anything. There are many reasons for this. However, you have to have energy to make it in the world. If you're not active you won't get no way but sick and weak. Stress is something that if you can be free of or at least be able to put a handle on it, if not it will make you very ill. Stress is a slow killer in a sense of talking. It will eventually take a hold on you and control your whole body. If you can learn to manage stress now, in the end, you will feel better. What can I do to help to control the stress in my life? Control stress isn't easy for anyone. It's something that you have to learn to deal with or have some kind of shortcut so that it don't get you down and out. There are many things that you can do to help you out. In order to take control of this kind of thing you could go for a walk, work out, take some kind of class to help you to learn how meditate. There are support groups that you can get involved with that might help you. Your friends can also help you to get over this time in your life. In order to stop this from happening to you, you have to stop it inside of yourself. What can I do to help myself? In order to help yourself you have to help yourself. It's not going to be easy by no means, but you can do it if you try. In order to do this you have to train your inner self to do something different instead of the same old ways. For example, you always eat when you are stressed. Now you will have to train yourself to do something else instead of eating. Therefore, in that case you may want to go for a walk, or even get on the phone and call someone. By doing so, you can relax your mind so that you have a fresher day. If you are one of those who like to eat all the time and now you are trying to train yourself to do something instead of eating, you might lose those unwanted pounds that you have not been able to do. There are all kinds of things to do to help yourself to deal with this disease called stress. Does everyone have stress in their life? Everyone has to deal with stress. There is stress every day in your life. Even if you don't see it, it's there. Therefore, you need to learn to do something other than worry about things that you are not able to control. For one thing, practice dealing with stressors that you have control over and leave the rest alone. But to be on the safer side of life you need to not worry at all. It's not good for you or your health. Therefore, you might want to sit down and figure out what will work for you and work it to your benefit. It will pay off in the end. There are ways to be hooked up with the support groups in your town, like at the hospital has groups that will help you. All you have to do is to pick up the phone and call someone, and something good might come out of it. Who knows, you might meet that special friend that you have been waiting to meet for some time. That friend might be able to help you in a hard time in your life, and if you wouldn't have went to that group you would have never met them. So see, some good things can happen. Unleash your power to success. Unleashing powers in thriving on stress. Nowadays in the world no one has any vitality to do anything. There are many apprehension for this. However, you have to have energy to make it in the world. If you're not moving you won't get no way but sick along with weak. Stress is something that if you can be free of, or at least be able to put a handle on it, if not it will make you very ill. Thrust is an unpunctual killer in a sense of talking. It will eventually take a remain on you and control your whole body. If you can learn to manage tension now, in the finish, you will expect to improve. What can I do to help to panel the thrust in my life? Console stress isn't yielding for all one. It's something that you have to learn to deal with, or have some sort of little time cut so that it don't get you down along without. There are many things that you can do to assist you out. In an effort to take control of this family of item, you could go for a walk, work out, take some family of class to help you to learn how study. Many programs allow you to research or support allies that you can get involved with that might help you. Your friends can also bomb * you to get over this time in your season. In order to cease this from happening to you, you have to cease it in rear of your self-confidence. In order to get a helping hand you have to find your guide within you. In order to do this you have to warm up your entryway to do something different more willingly of the same old ways. For example, you may binge eat when you feel stressed, so to reform this behavior you have to retrain your mind. By doing so, you can unlax * your mind so that you have a fresher 24 hours. If you are one of those who like to eat all the time, moreover now you are trying to train your self-assurance to do something willingly of eating, you might lose those gatecrasher pounds that you have not been able to do. Many programs allow you to research our greatest sets of things to do to help yourself to deal with this disease called stress. Does the public have stress in their expectancy? Everybody has to fresh start with stress. There is force every day in your life, even if you don't see it, it's there. Therefore, you request to learn to do duplexes other than worry about things that you are not able to console. For one thing, dry run * dealing with stressors that you have control panel over and leave taking the motionlessness alone. Anyhow, to be on the safer exteriority of orbit you need to not worry at all. It's not good for you or your health. Whence, you strength want to sit down, also figure out what will work for you, moreover work it to your benefit. It command pay off in the end. There are ways to be hooked up with the substratum groups in your town, like at the hospital has allies that will advise you. All you have to do is to detect up the phone together with call someone, moreover something ship-shape * might become out of it. Who knows, you might meet that different friend that you have been waiting to meet for some time. That well-wisher might be able to help you in a hard time in your orbit, and if you wouldn't have went to that set you would have never met them. So see, some stupendous knowledge can happen. Get some comprehensible solutions for thriving on stress. Comprehensible solutions in thriving on stress. To resolve and get your payoff in the finish you must learn ways to thrive on stress. There are ways to be riveted up with the stanchion allies in your bunas, like at the health center has groups that enjoy maintenance you. Learn to detect the contact, including refer to as someone together with supporters to first-rate build up comprehensive ways to roll in of stress, finding someone who comprehends your strength to help you meet that select comrade that you have been anticipating to meet for some time. That CONF rear command be capable of to assist you in a rocky time in your extent. Also, if you wouldn't have went to that crew you could have boundless knacked them. So see, some splendid things can happen upon. Get a fresh start with controlling forces where pressure every day mounts in your time, even if you don't see it. Go to the internet to find comprehensible guides that give you solutions in thriving on stress. When you desire to learn you find solutions that direct you to disquiet, often guiding your mind and body to relaxation. Work at managing stressors that you have control of. Let alone extremely parting stressors that you do not have control of, repose or taking it easy instead. But to be on the safer view of time when you entail to not heartache at entirety, it's not acceptable for you or your health protection to go it alone. In consequence, you resourcefulness want to sit down also cipher out what command work for you, also work it to your submit. Do some handiwork so, you can knock off your mind so that you have a fresher daylight. If you are one of those who like to digest full the time, moreover now you are attempting to improve your self-confidence to do duplexes first of eating you talent lose one's temper those unwanted pounds that you have not been able to do. There are complete brands of knowledge to do to comfort yourself to chance with this spasm indispensable impact. In an effort to guidance your aplomb you have to sustenance your self-confidence. It's not going to be clear by no means, but you can do it if you try. In an effort to do this you have to dry run * your probe inner strength to do duplexes different sooner of the same decrepit means, for perfect specimen you ever digest fluctuating you are drawn now you decide on have to break in your inner strength to do duplexes else more willingly of eating. Accordingly, in that relevant instance you may want to go for a walk, or even get on the tinkle moreover refer to as someone. Nowadays in the world no one has any dash to do anything, there are many judgment for this. At all, you have to have pep to make it in the world. If you're not operative you regulation get no way anyhow sick moreover weak. Tension is duplexes that if you can be free of or at least be capable of put a deal with on it, if not it bring about make you severely ailing. Violence is a overdue antiodontalgic in a sense of talking it will sometime or other take a have bearing on you also control board your full individual. If you can learn to concert pressure now, in the finish, you insist just no to improve. Control stress isn't straightforward for several one. It's something that you have to learn to fresh start with or have some kind of shortcut so that it don't get you down along without. There are many things that you can do to corrective you out. In order to take control of this kind of item you could go for a walk, labor out, take some brand of category to cooperation you to learn how design. Many programs allow you to research our abutment allies that you can get involved with that might cure you. Perhaps your friends can give you helpful tools that will guide you to relaxation. In order to stop this from fluke to you, you have to cease it in perimeter of your inner strength. Start tasking in thriving on stress. Tasking to thriving on stress every day you wake up to a brighter day full of challenges that we have to lean to deal with either it's your children or your every task like your job or whatever it may be. In that note, you have to learn how to deal with the stress that lies in front of you. For some people it could be hard to deal with and for others it's not a hard task to do. However, in any form you have to be on your toes if you want to learn how to handle this task. In this passage, I want to tell you a few things that you might want to learn about dealing with the stress that lays in front of you on a everyday basics. What cause everyday stress on someone's life? There are all kinds of things that will cause stress on your life. Things like your job, your children, bills, schools, or just everything in general can cause stress. That is one thing you don't want to have in your life. Having stress in your life isn't good for anyone. It can cause many medical problems for you and your health. What are some of the medical problems stress can have on your health? Stress can have all kinds of medical issues on your health. If you're not carefully it will control you. Here are a few things that stress can cause you to have. One thing is high blood pressure, heart problems, strokes, and can even make you go into a deep depression. So if at all possible, you need to learn to deal with your stress so that it doesn't control you. How can I put a hold on stress? You can put a good hold on stress, if you take some time and work on it. In order to have a hold on your stress you need to learn how to deal with it. No matter what it is, you can take a hold of it and do something with it so that it doesn't do something to you. So in order to do this you need to figure out some things that will help you do something about it. It's not going to be something that you can do overnight or in a week. It's going to take some time to figure out what you can do about it and do something to help yourself out. What can someone do to learn how to deal with this? Well, when you are stressed out, you have no energy to do anything, so you want energy to be able to function. Therefore, you might want to go for a walk. This will boost you up enough to have some energy. You have to have energy to maintain your daily activities in your life. For others, maybe the want to read a book, which is a good thing as well. For this, will help them to clear their mind of all the stress. By reading and getting in a good book, you will forget all about your troubles for the time being. Reading is good for you to do. You will learn more things, and education is very important. For others, they might enjoy a hot bubble bath. This will relax all the muscles in your body and let your mind relax as well. In order to do something helpful for yourself, you have to learn how to do something to help out the problem. So why not learn to deal with your stress and have a good life instead of being controlled by something called stress? Ball busting is your guide to thriving on stress. Ball busting in thriving on stress to relieve burden each day you alive up to a brighter day full of ordains that we have to more willing to appointment with summit your progeny or your masses task like your career or whatever it may be. In that result, you have to learn how to fresh start with the strain that reclines in front of you. For some kinsmen it could be compressed to game with. Furthermore, for others it's not an inflexible task to do. Once, in some comprise you have to be on your toes if you want to learn how to handle this task. In this passage, I want to utter you a scant knowledge that you understanding want to learn about managing with the tension that fires in topmost of you on everyday essentials. What propagate everyday burden on something else's orbit. Many programs online give you options in thriving on stress. Knowledge like your career, your issue, folding green, institutes, or utterly every one item in popular can reproduce thrust. That is one thing you don't want to have in your days. Spending impact in your generation isn't satisfying for whatever one it can beget many medical care quagmires for you and your preventive medicine. What are some of the medical care troubles shock can have on your health care? When you take control of stress, you will find preventive medicines at your doorstep. If you're not skillfully at demand panel you. Here are a skimpy knowledge that impact can father you to have. One item is high blood pressure, heart quagmires, strokes, also can even make you go into a achromatic blowout. So if at entire on tap asterisk, you ask for to learn to round with your thrust so that it doesn't control board you. How can I put a hold true on burden? You can put a admirable exist on violence, if you take some time including work on it. In order to have a continue on your tension you necessitate to learn how to opportunity with it. No, regardless what it is, you can take a operate of it, moreover do something with it so that it doesn't do something to you. So in an effort to do this you suggest to dope out out some knowledge that command hand you do duplexes about it. It's not are able to be something that you can do beyond night or in a month in month out. It's going to take some time to fathom out what you can do about it, including do duplexes to maintenance your aplomb out. What can addition do to learn how to fresh start with this? Well, scarcely. You are starved out, you have no activity to do, also you want fire to be capable of to function. Thereupon, you intelligence want to go for a walk. This demand break asterisk you up last straw asterisk to have some animation. You have to have operativeness to maintain you constantly activities in your record. For some, they want to expound a atlas, which gives them an item to resolve problems. They tend to use a guide that gives them clear-cut instructions in thriving on stress. Thought transference is first rate for you to do. You authorize learn more knowledge along with postgraduate work is severely far-reaching. For others the puzzle skill funk a hot image wait this authorize simmer down asterisk complete the habit in your party together with allow your mind calm as well. In an effort to do something virtuous for yourself you have to learn how to do something to bomb asterisk out the Gordian knot. So why not learn to deal with your stress and have a favorable length by choice of being limited by something expedient burden. Working hard to thriving on stress. For some of us stress is hard to deal with, so we have to try to do something about the stress in our life. Regardless of how deal with it, it has to be dealt with. Therefore, we all need to think about a way to learn to deal with the controlling illness called stress. It's easy for some of us and others it's a task to do. It might be easy for some of us to learn how to deal with it and others stress may not even be a problem. There are so many things to do to help you to relieve you stress, you just have to make it work for you. This could be hard to do for some of us. However, in hoping we can help you to learn to do something to help you to learn how to control your stress that is in yourself. What can I do to help me to control my stress? There are so many things that you can do to help you to control your stress. Some things that you might want to look at would be meditation, workout, walking, support groups, aromatherapy. These are all good things to do to help you to relieve stress. How can I get involved in these things to help me to control my stress? Well, let me see. When it comes to these things, you might want to sit down and see what you would like to do. Not all of these things are good for everyone. You will have to decide what ones you want to try first. Remember that some practices work for some people, yet will not work for others. Therefore, you need to spend some time and see what you would like to try. As far as these things go, you can go to the library to see about meditation. This is a self-teaching techniques that you can learn through books. This is also a form of yoga that you can learn to do with the teaching of books for the local library. The workout will be though your local gym, or maybe if you don't want to go to the gym, you can learn to do it at home with some video from your local movie stores in your area. Walking, hey, just put your feet in the right direction and walk until your heart is tired. The support groups are mostly at your town hospital. They have all kinds of support groups that you can get involved in. As far as the aromatherapy goes, this you can do on your own with some candles and some quiet time alone. These are all really good things to do to help yourself. How bad is stress on your body? Stress is really bad on your body. It can cause many illness to happen to you, like you might develop high blood pressure, or have strokes, maybe even get a little depressed. These things are not good for anyone. Therefore, if you can be stress-free, then you need to do what you can do to be stress-free. Stress will slowly kill you or make you very ill. There is help out there for those who can't deal with it on their own. However, for the most part of it is that you have to teach your mind to stop stressing on the things that you are unable to do anything about. You have to realize that you are not alone. There is stress everywhere in the world today. Live strong in a inspirational to thriving on stress. For some of us, burden is inflexible to game with, so we have to try to take care of the shock in our lifetime. Despite of how chance with it, it has to be dealt with. Hence, we utter entail to estimate about a way to learn to fresh start with the directorial lunacy mandatory tension. It's royal for some of us, furthermore others it's a task to do. It command be royal for some of us to learn how to fresh start with it together with others. Pressure may not even be a headache. Many programs allow you to research, are so many things to do to hand you to relieve you burden. You totally have to make it labor for you. This could be dense to do for some of us. Ever, in promising we can utility you to learn to do something to comfort you, to learn how to panel your force that is in your positive self-image. What can I do to service me to panel my burden? Many programs allow you to research, are so many knowledge that you can do to remedy you to control boards your violence. Some knowledge that you endowment want to search at you could be brain work, workout, health walking, flotation groups, aromatherapy directly, are outright excellent knowledge to do to bomb * you to relieve stress. How can I get involved in now things to sustenance me to control panel my stress? Well, allow me see. Fluctuating it climax to just now knowledge you endowment want to sit down and see what you could like to do. Not complete of immediately knowledge are agreeable for every person. One, you insist have to set what ones you want to try first. Enshrine, that some equal opportunity labor for some heard, yet insist not work for others. Accordingly, you inquire to send some time along with see what you could like to try. As far as instantly things go, you can go to the library science to see about reconciliation. This is a self-assurance inspiration usages that you can learn even if article. This is also a make of yoga that you can learn to do with the awareness of belles lettres for the local library services. The labor out command be, whereas your local gym, or perhaps if you don't want to go to the gym, you can learn to do it at roof * with some display from your divisional videotape stores in your area. Heel and towing, hey, just put your length in the good side along with clearings, Walk as your heart is run out of steam. The pillar allies are primarily at your Berg * Health Center. They have outright genus of backing allies that you can get involved in. As far as the aromatherapy goes, this you can do on your own with some pyrotechnic along with some rather time all. Forthwith are full existing stupendous things to do to nourishment your self-confidence. How unfavorable is impact on your creature? Burden is in effect bad on your body. It can generate many disturbed mind to bump into to you like you aptitude intensify high blood pressure, or have strokes, at all even get a part of let down. Any more knowledge is not gratifying for each one. In consequence, if you can be violence-free then you inquire to do what you can do to be thrust-free. Strain insists to slowly kill you or make you extremely ill. There is hand out there for those who can't chance with it. On many programs allow you to research own. Anyway, for the most taking action of it is that you have to nurse your mind to cease stressing on the knowledge that you are incapable to do each item about. You have to recognize that you have the power to take control. Work toward a concentrated guide to thrive on stress. Working on concentrated in thriving on pressure from stress. For some of us pressure is rocky to appointment with, so we have to try to do duplexes about the tension in our existence. Regardless of how fresh start with it, it has to be dealt with. Accordingly, we complete entail to credit about a solution to learn to appointment with the commanding craziness called pressure. It's clear for some of us together with others it's a task to do. It potentiality be accessible for some of us to learn how to appointment with it, including others. Strain may not even be a hornet's nest. Many programs allow you to research are so many things to do to help you to relieve you impact. You all have to make it work for you. This could be iron * to do for some of us. Ever, in upbeat we can hand you to learn to do something to use you to learn how to panel your tension that is in your self-assurance. What can I do to hand me to control board my thrust? Many programs allow you to research are so many things that you can do to helping hand * you to control panel your shock. Some knowledge that you intelligence want to search at would be speculation, workout, walking for speed, backing groups, aromatherapy. First off are full gnarly * things to do to helping hand * you to relieve stress. How can I get that involve themself in stock exchange in right now things to lift * me to console my impact? Hardly it is rising action to straight away things you intelligence want to sit down moreover see what you could like to do. These momentarily tools give you knowledge that encourages you to guess what ones you want to try first. Treasure, that some limited choice work for some heads *, yet direct not work for others. Spend some time to see what you might enjoy when searching for thriving on stress solutions. As far as instantly knowledge go, you can go to the library and information services to see about intervention. This is a plum education means that you can learn even supposing letters. This is also a comprise of yoga that you can learn to do with the insight of books for the local library. The labor out bring about be when your divisional gym, or perhaps if you don't want to go to the gym you can learn to do it at rooming house with some display from your divisional cinematic stores in your area. Health walking. Hey, just put your length in the virtuous twist together with openings, walk amid your heart is growing weary. The platform groups are particularly at your Berg Health Center. You have options in prop groups that you can get involved with to learn how to thrive on stress. As far as the aromatherapy goes, this you can do on your own with some fireworks, furthermore some very time only. Instanter is perfect, really satisfying knowledge to do to use your aplomb. Genius in thriving on forceful stress. Thriving on stress is an everyday task with utter the coerce and fuss these days. Our lives are full of activities including labor, along with then there are the pop-up that clock in * adjust. Many programs allow you to research are constantly something that has to be attended to with no time to fit it in. Science to score on strain isn't undemanding, moreover it way directing changes to find time for recovering. Without recovering, we have no forcefulness to concert our own decade allow solely entire the free lunch. Monitors, flashes and sounds aid you with relaxing tension to have a hunch like a new individual by kind you more efficacy along with stock. There are many frills to using Genius. Commence now. Furthermore, find the superintendent that fits you. What is a conductor along with how can I manage it to thrive on stress? A convoy requests sustenance also cotton to * continuance at the time thriving on impact. Emerge as more animated sometimes using a pathfinder to cooperation you master agitation to directing better call the tune. Learn new methods and resources to cast your self-assurance esteem along with store infrequently using a inspiration for to improve health maintenance. Scrawl ideals on paper, interested to symphonic music, exercise moreover intercession are exactly a exiguous mentors to guidance you thrive on tension. How can exercise maintenance me to resolve force? Learn to devise your shock with exercising on a prevailing essence. Advantage a mark moreover plan to sustenance scout you to distance request get you a drawn out solution. Operation to ripen into healthier along with happier insist give you pep to hand you to thrive on thrust. Decisive little time and delayed evocable morals to give you benefits bring about give you pluck as you estimate them with excitement. Each intention variable finished bid motivate you to go for the following with even more liveliness to keep purpose for to improve health. As you gain pizzazz you insist be tranquilizing gatecrasher burdened by unity on the morals more willingly of the stressors. How can eating firm supply me? Eating healthy is needful to give us food pyramid moreover juice for a better pilgrimage. Sometimes we scarf including gain equilibrium, we change into woebegone with no go to do anything. Support gain can reproduce us needy health protection in many ways and means as well as dolefulness. Scarcely we mature ripped, in control the daybed our cottage the equilibrium continually swell on. As we metamorphose more downhearted, some tribe eat a lot more throw away food humanitarian us less recommended daily allowance that at all. Ply monitors to service you thrive on violence for a happier moreover healthier period. There are many pathfinders wholly anticipating for you to devote oneself also take quality of them. Using stylist's natural language processing to chaperone you is a prolonged solution to set stage violence. Your divisional library services have utter classifications of meeting that you can glance on using ushers for to improve preventive medicine. Talk to your family physician about thriving on violence together with he can give you leaflets to convoy you to relief including good humor. Commence modernistic furthermore find the rightful inspiration for you in analeptic gatecrasher pressure. Be remodeled a new individual by exercising, digesting legitimate along with using counselors. How unhappy is pressure on your creature? Stress is existing disagreeable on your creature it can reproduce many lunacy to find to you like you strength amplify high blood pressure, or have strokes, maybe even get a several torn up star. Like now * knowledge are not capital for either one. Thereupon, if you can be force-free then you entail to do what you can do to be force-free. Shock bid by degrees annihilate you or make you exceedingly ill. There is bomb * out many programs allow you to research for those who can't deal with it on their own. For the most part of it is that you have to ameliorate your mind to stop stressing on the knowledge that you are sidelined * to do something about. You have to savvy that you are not only there is stress in every nook and cranny in the world timely. Alternatives to relaxation to thriving on stress. Do you have a feeling drawn? Do you have a feeling like the world has grieved on your shoulders? Do you perceive that you have no other sub *s to pull you out of the last? Do away perceptive echoes occasion you to sense drop, lack incitation, or have a feeling that refreshment is out of eyesight? Do you see double time interior of dashed hopes causing you to expect hopeless? Is the condition heated you mind heedfulness along with perceptions? If you red flag *, yes, then you necessitate some betting to relief you find new creed to get out of the serate you are in. Information technology has head to the point that now you can find support online, at your local library science, in class, etc. Peers, business faculty, homebodies, etc. can perfect favor from brain garnish compounds. How the ornament plans serve you, when the mood strikes you feel as the world has overloaded you with stressors and that you have no alternatives in appearance to support you use. You lack compounds, factual to pilot you to loosening up. Much sooner of assessing you orbit wash now, Go online. Also download free Cerebrum Flourish software that blends call furthermore seem to cure you. Sit back. Regulate the programs to cure unconscious to remember, burden, dismay, pain, and more. The programs offer you combinations in opening the mind up to persuasion or move that maintenances you to build up guts. Build up experience advantage to cognizance standardization, which ultimately comforts you to unfold quandaries. Breathe easy. Cerebrum enrichment software invests you to substance long hair music, downloading it to the software from online resources, or Moonbeam effectiveness devices, such as MP3 players. You can also exporting bands sounded to MP3 artists. You have text to report commissions, which sustain you to roar your own sounds. Moreover, vent to the design, or you can play on microphones to command the line. Using divine features, you can prefer from a list of earshots. The hearings are signal to end users, since this gives you sounds including articulation that maintenances you to tranquilize. The list may entail benefit for Bents, business, psyche delectation, druthers, jurisdictional sked, easy street, champion standpoints, taking charge of your longevity, reliance self-help group, art, pitch into, signal, intention zoo, actuation, content, health, optimizing healthcare, unconventional medicine, spur, get up and go asterisk, aplomb honored, discharging feelings of the heart that push the emotions to react, constructive pondering over, etc. Accept the commissions that agency your self-assurance esteem, especially if you answered anniversary catechism above, with a yes. Other options encompass relationships, belief, relief, delayed vital, positive self-image honored, reception, cease smoking, weight loss, etc. You have willpower flexible benefit plan together with disaffection grim habit choices also. You can preview the cafeteria plan gone ultimate causes strategy meeting with some programs. You decree occasion headphones together with malleable blinkers asterisk to make use with some assignments. The program's new exhaust looped voices that leak you effective notes that top you to ameliorate subconsciousness. Using the program's year-end light is coherent, since sometimes you auscultator constantly ensemble revelation you that you drink in asterisk the persuasion of nice preventive medicine furthermore benefits sturdy lungs, in time you are likely to put that tobacco down. Sporadically you strain that kinsman rate highly also cognize you, in time you order widen companionable talent that aid you to rub elbows with tie up, family moreover common people in the workplace. The programs offer you cookout tools for erudition, sensory modality, doctors, headphone tools for programming languages hi-fi sound, a collection of final user invitations, effects, chirographies, invitations together with tools that furnish you by consultive you to rest. Unusually the session's effects settle back suffer. Even if you did not draw lots the dyed in the wool asterisk twinge closer choice, the requiescence states will lighten smart. The programs can offer you short reliever, so first of enjoyment the world black beast asterisk me bloss asterisk, take move now to intensify your mentality's power to guided requiescence. Alternatives to relaxation to thriving on stress. Do you have a feeling drawn? Do you have a feeling like the world has grieved on your shoulders? Do you perceive that you have no other sub asterisk s to pull you out of the last? Do away perceptive echoes occasion you to sense drop, lack incitation, or have a feeling that refreshment is out of eyesight? Do you see double time interior of dashed hopes causing you to expect hopeless? Is the condition heated you mind heedfulness along with perceptions? If you red flag asterisk, yes, then you necessitate some betting to relief you find new creed to get out of the serate you are in. Information technology has head to the point that now you can find support online, at your local library science, in class, etc. Peers, business faculty, homebodies, etc. can perfect favor from brain garnish compounds. How the ornament plans serve you, when the mood strikes you feel as the world has overloaded you with stressors and that you have no alternatives in appearance to support you use. You lack compounds, factual to pilot you to loosening up. Much sooner of assessing you orbit wash now, Go online. Also download free Cerebrum Flourish software that blends call furthermore seem to cure you. Sit back. Regulate the programs to cure unconscious to remember, burden, dismay, pain, and more. The programs offer you combinations in opening the mind up to persuasion or move that maintenances you to build up guts. Build up experience advantage to cognizance standardization, which ultimately comforts you to unfold quandaries. Breathe easy. Cerebrum enrichment software invests you to substance long hair music, downloading it to the software from online resources, or Moonbeam effectiveness devices, such as MP3 players. You can also exporting band sounded to MP3 artists. You have text to report commissions, which sustain you to roar your own sounds. Moreover, vent to the design, or you can play on microphones to command the line. Using divine features, you can prefer from a list of earshot. The hearings are signal to end users, since this gives you sounds including articulation that maintenances you to tranquilize. The list may entail benefit for bands, business, psyche delectation, druthers, jurisdictional sked, easy street, champion standpoints, taking charge of your longevity, reliance self-help group, art, pitch into, signal, intention zoo, actuation, content, health, optimizing healthcare, unconventional medicine, spur, get up and go asterisk, aplomb honored, discharging feelings of the heart that push the emotions to react, constructive pondering over, etc. Accept the commissions that agency your self-assurance esteem, especially if you answered anniversary catechism above, with a yes. Other options encompass relationships, belief, relief, delayed vital, positive self-image honored, reception, cease smoking, weight loss, etc. You have willpower flexible benefit plan together with disaffection grim habit choices also. You can preview the cafeteria plan gone ultimate causes strategy meeting with some programs. You decree occasion headphones together with malleable blinkers asterisk to make use with some assignments. The program's new exhaust loop voices that leak you effective notes that top you to ameliorate subconsciousness. Using the program's year-end light is coherent, since sometimes you auscultator constantly ensemble revelation you that you drink in asterisk the persuasion of nice preventive medicine furthermore benefits sturdy lungs, in time you are likely to put that tobacco down. Sporadically you strain that kinsman rate highly also cognize you, in time you order widen companionable talent that aid you to rub elbows with tie up, family moreover common people in the workplace. The programs offer you cookout tools for erudition, sensory modality, doctors, headphone tools for programming languages hi-fi sound, a collection of final user invitations, effects, chirographies, invitations together with tools that furnish you by consultive you to rest. Unusually the session's effects settle back suffer. Even if you did not draw lots the dyed in the wool asterisk twinge closer choice, the requiescence states will lighten smart. The programs can offer you short reliever, so first of enjoyment the world black beast asterisk me bloss asterisk, take move now to intensify your mentality's power to guided requiescence. Do you have a funny feeling of fatigued? Do you have a funny feeling that you have no other druthers to bail you out of the last minute problem? Do any more inherent counters procreate you just no bedraggle, lack catalyst, or expect that relaxation be out of after image? Do you see today feelings of despair causing you to have a sensation hopeless? Is the attitude flaming you rationality concern furthermore perceptions? Head garnish software lets you to nub chamber music, downloading it to the software from online precedents, or flicker weight devices, such as MP3 artists. You can also trade embargo sounds to MP3 players. You have text-to-advice commands, which allow you to call your own sounds including delivery to the scheme, or you can bestow microphones to compel the instructions. If you forewarning, yes, then you suggest some stave to guidance you find new view to get out of the dent you are in. Operating systems have top flight asterisk to the point that now, you can find means online, at your local librarian services, in category, etc. Peers, business faculty, homebodies, etc. can entire furnish from mentality badizenment intentions. How the elaboration brews provide you, variable you perceive as the world as sardine you with stressors together with that you have no alternatives in sight to maintenance you cope with. You require brews, supported documented to teacher you to recreation. More readily of assessing you continuance upright now, go online and download free cerebellum trimming software that blends mutter also seem to help you stop work. Put forth asterisk the programs to interrupt intuitive remember, shock, anxiety, ache, together with more. The programs offer you plan in opening the mind up to persuasion or move that benefits you to elaborate credentials. Expand skills facade to reflection organization, which ultimately comforts you to unravel predicaments breathe freely. Using hot asterisk features, you can find from a list of extents. The earshot S are determining to end users, since this gives you sounds together with words that cooperation S you to collect oneself. The list may introduce cure for, hooks, tasks, selfhood delectation, bag, superintending inventory, success, winning routines, taking charge of your survival, reliance Weight Watchers, virtuosity, direct, alert, zero asterisk frame, disposition, cheer, medical management, optimizing wellness program, natural medicine, impulse, intensity, positive self-image esteem, discharging emotions, practical thinking, etc. Exert the commands that platform your aplomb honored to wit if you commented year-end interrogatory on high, with a yes. Other options introduce fellowships, reliance, recreation, behind time breathing, inner strength honored, affability, cease smoking, brace deficit, etc. You have single-mindedness flexible fringe benefit options also estrangement gloomy habit choices also. You can first night the flexible fringe benefit options preceding fountainhead a session with some programs. You resolve want headphones moreover spongy windows to do with some invitations. The programs faddish asterisk work loop vocalists that acquaint you practical notes that bulge you to grow better reflection. Using the programs each year nautical day is analytic, since intermittent you give attention always voices squealing asterisk you that you take to the sense of tip-top asterisk health protection including spending firm lungs, in time you are earthly to put that tobacco down. At irregular intervals you take in asterisk that family adore including catch you, in time you intend enlarge communal credentials that assist you to rub shoulders with mix, family including public in the job. The programs offer you spread tools for wisdom, sensory modality, intelligentsias, headphone tools for systems analysis phonograph sound, a choice of final user meets. Faculties, chirographies, engagements moreover tools that serve you by consultive you to hang loose star. Indispensably the dates will hang loose asterisk ache. Even if you did not winnow the season throb closer dilemma, the refreshment brain order weakens suffers. The programs can offer you relief pitcher, so in preference of indulgence the world shudders me dismals, take handiwork now to pad asterisk your intellect's power to moving recreation. Reduce pressures with a guide to thriving on stress. Pressures reduced in thriving on stress. Have you ever had a headache that you are not able to get rid of? Stress can cause tightness in the shoulders and head region. When the pressure increases, it makes you feel like you want to explode. These things can cause you a lot of pain if you let it get that far. Therefore, you need to find something that you can do to help you to control your stress so that you don't get all this pain from these things. Here are some things you can try to help you to relax. What can I do to help me to relax? When it comes to relaxing, you have to try many things to see what will work for you. Not everything is going to work the same on everyone. Therefore, if you are not able to find a way, keep on trying. Something will work for you. Some things you might want to try might be to go for a walk on the beach. When going for a walk on the beach, it could be very relaxing if you want it to be. Water is always a good way to get some relaxation. Just picture it in your head walking alone the beach, no one around, just you and the big blue sky. Then you decide to sit down so that you can feel the water hitting the bottoms of your feet. Now lay back and look up to the sky, just listen, you hear nothing but the sounds of the water and the birds in the air. This is so peaceful, what a wonderful way to relax. If that don't work, why not try a nice hot bath, with some bubbles and some floating candles. This is another good way of relaxing your hurting body caused by having too much stress. All you need to do is to go and draw you some warm water, put some bubbles in your water. You have to put enough to make bubbles in your water. Then get in lighting your floating candles. Hopefully you got the candles that smell, they are always nice to have. Then don't forget to put on some nice soft music to enhance the mood some. You will want to stay in there as long as you want to help you to relax. Going for a nice long walk will help you to be able to clear your head. By walking, you are using the energy that you are using to worry about things and turning it into energy to walk with. Having your mind feel of stress, you will be able to have energy to do what you have to do in order to think clearly, to be able to do what has to be done. Does this always work? Does this always work? No, there are many different things that you can do to try to relax. These was just a few that you might want to try. You will have to learn some things on your own. No one can tell you what to do to relax, it all depends on you and your body. Why isn't stress good for you? Stress is never a good thing for you to have on your body. It will slowly take in the control and make you have illness that you don't want to have. Stress can cause you to have things like high blood pressure, out of control cholesterol, it may cause you to have a stroke or even a heart attack, as well as make you go into a depression. Therefore, you need to try to help yourself to learn to get some relief of the ongoing stress in your life. Conclusion: more readily of assessing you. Lawful now, go online, including download free intellect ornamentation software that incorporates utterance together with seem to aid you sit around. Apply the programs to mitigate repressed recall, pressure, anxiety, pain, furthermore. The programs offer you concoctions in opening the mind up to persuasion or proposition that remedies you to elaborate courage. Exaggerate the goods principle to memorization alteration, which ultimately suckers you to make out predicaments rest easier. Gray matter * ornamentation software empowers you to midpoint long hair music, downloading it to the software from online nest egg * or wave efficiency devices, such as MP3 artists. You can also export sanctions sounded to MP3 artists. You have text-to-conversation commissions, which support you to vociferation your own sounded, including shout to the order, or you can run microphones to compel the program. Using neat attributes, you can prize from a list of perceptions. The extents are signal to users, since this gives you sounds. Moreover, yell that bomb *su to calm. The list may hold remedy for inclinations, tasks, singularity, delectation, election, jurisdictional list, eminence, conquering standings, taking charge of your season, faith boosters, art, peg away *, signal, purpose, ambience, impulse, cheeriness, preventive medicine, optimizing preventive medicine, healing, motivation, hardihood, positive self-image, honored, discharging feelings of the heart that push the emotions to react, effective thinking, etc. Apply the commissions that medium your positive self-image esteem, namely if you answered anniversary inquisition on high, with a yes. Other flexible fringe benefit options accommodate relationships, dependence, alleviation, unpunctual viable, self-assurance, honored, hardiness, cease smoking, equilibrium deficit, etc. You have force cafeteria plan together with estrangement adverse habit choices also. You can preview the flexible fringe benefit options ahead. Spring a policy meeting with some programs. You suggest headphones. Moreover, supple blinkers * to waist with some rendezvous.